you to Budweiser Gardens here on Knockstrom.tv. Aaron Sanders alongside JP, Justin Prince. Good evening to each and every one of you. JP, from what we've seen last night from the Niagara River Lions, they're a team that you do not want to mess around with, because once they get confident in shooting, they will just take you on both ends of the floor. And you know what? Yesterday was no exception after taking a 21-point win over the Windsor Express.
Yeah, yesterday was an absolutely offensively dominant game for the Niagara River Lions yesterday at the WFCU Center, because in part they were left a lot of times wide open on some of those shots that they had, especially on the perimeter. They were given the shots to continue to get red hot as the game went on, and that's exactly what they did. They also were able to heat up on the inside, on the interior as well. And in turn, that really helped the River Lions come away with a big victory and seal things off by the third quarter, essentially, Aaron.
Joe Razzle must be very happy with his team. 7-4 record among the top of the Central Division, about second place around there. But when you look at it, you did mention the front court got really heavy in the third quarter and up there. But you know what? We called that game, and we were surprised at what Marvell Waite and Omar Strong did together.
Yeah, both of them played really well, especially Omar Strong, because Omar Strong, even when Windsor was able to get some contested defense on him, Omar Strong was able to shoot over that defense and drain the triples on the outside as well as on the mid-range on just a few steps inside the three-point line. So he was able to help things out a lot. Inside, it was about Marvell Waite, especially in the post with the post spin move and with the post fadeaway. So those shots continue to drop for him as well as Omar Strong. So both of them were just continuing to keep up production after production, shot after shot. So it's going to be something that London, I think, definitely should be taking note of for tonight. And
we're going to see how much confidence they bring in here when they play against the London Lightning. London, of course, riding on a good victory on Sunday afternoon against the St. John's Edge. I guess it's all in part of the returning Kyle Johnson. So how much confidence does he bring when it comes to shooting for the squad?
I think it brings a lot, because he's definitely somebody that shot a lot of good shots on the outside and the inside, able to get production. And when he was starting to slow down, it was Garrett Williamson in that game that really helped heat up with the 10 for 16 shooting. So when you have somebody in the starting lineup, for example, slow down, you can have Kyle Johnson now to help out with that shooting, especially on the outside. And it's going to be he's going to be somebody that will be a fixture for the rest of this season as the year goes on, I think, now that he's a part of this London Lightning group once again, and somebody that really helps with the confidence, as you mentioned.
Royce Wright serving his last game of suspension. He'll be back on the Boxing Day tilt against the KW Titans. In his place, we have Marcus Capers starting out, which he's really striking out like a bolt of lightning. So when it comes to that, you're going to see a lot more confidence in the front court, aside from what we've seen from the last couple of games.
I think so, because Capers, you mentioned Capers, he's been doing really good since moving into that starting lineup for that, to fill into that role, because he's been able to get baskets on the inside as well as have the hustle plays and strip the ball away on defense and get those important rebounds to lead the fast break whenever they need be. So he's somebody that's filling up in that defensive hole, exactly what London needs, I think, when you have Royce Wright still out for this one more game.
What's going to be the onus for both of these clubs tonight?
I think the onus for both of these clubs tonight, for the River Lions, they're going to want to keep the gas pedal down, and want to make sure that as that ball went flying by.
And squeeze the ball, too.
That, too. That is something good point. Because on their transition offense, a lot of times they couldn't squeeze the ball and had costly turnovers when they had a few chimes in the fast break. They're going to want to keep that gas pedal up when they get their offense together, because London, of course, is a team allowing about 112 points per game. They're going to want to take advantage of that, especially here on home court. On the road court, I should say, on London's home court. For London, I think you got to try and mix in a bit more run and gun than usual with Keith Vassal's scheme, because Keith Vassal, we were discussing this before, does prefer a bit of a slower scheme. But when this team goes into the run and gun mode, that's when their offense seems to get clicking once again, because that's how the team was built last season. So if they can incorporate more of that along with the slower paced offense, I think they might be able to get their offense together enough to make this an absolute shootout.
And you know what? I believe that makes sense, because most of the core of last year's Lightning squad is returning for another year. So you got to really play it into their factors and see what bits and pieces you could get from that squad and you'll have a good game. Out-of-town scores, we've seen Halifax leading over the Cape Breton Highlanders, and then we got a good game between the Island Storm and the St. John's Riptide.
Yeah, you mentioned the Halifax Hurricanes. They're currently just about to finish off the second quarter. Halifax started off running 22-9 run to start off, and they're still running on. 60-37 is that score with less than 3 minutes to go. And just about to end off the first half, the Island Storm up by 9 over the St. John Riptide, as that game is becoming an absolute beauty of a win as well. Both of those games, high scoring to say the least so far, especially from Halifax.
And let's hope this is a high-scoring game too. All right, that covers it for the Knoxtrom pregame. JP is going to be on play-by-play along with Chris Croucher. I'll see you folks at the Knoxtrom halftime where JP will join me once again. But we're going to have tip-off in just about a few minutes. It's going to be the Niagara River Lions versus the London Lightning and what will be the Lightning's final game before Christmas break. So stick around. Tip-off will come right after this. You're watching the London Lightning on Knoxtrom.tv.
so that they can live a life of dignity, hope, and health.
Epilepsy Southwestern Ontario enhances the lives of people who are affected by epilepsy and seizure disorders by providing a network of services that educate, support, and build community awareness. The agency delivers programs that provide education to the community in hopes of reducing stigma and sharing seizure first aid. Now please welcome a good friend of ours, Avery, who's a young lady living with epilepsy. She's going to do a ceremonial tip-off. Everybody please welcome Avery. We'd like to call over from the Niagara, San Road, Mark Nixon's going to be firing from your line of lightning. We'll do a ceremonial tip-off. This may be the most adorable ceremonial tip-off. All right, you guys want to pose for a quick picture over there, okay? Avery, this has got a camera there. Give a little smile for him. All right, perfect. And Avery, a little tip. Try to lean it over a little bit to your right side, okay? Try to, how many pictures do you need, man? There we go. Go ahead. Avery, whenever you're ready, throw it right up, okay? Oh, a good steal! A great toss. Thank you so much, Avery, for joining us for our ceremonial tip-off. Michael Roy, tell us who we got there.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Niagara River Lions. At guard at 5'9", number 10, Omar Strong. At guard at 6'3", number 0, Jalen Tate. At forward at 6'9", number 6, Marvell Wade. At forward at 6'6", number 9, Hayden Bukar. And at forward at 6'9", number 15, Sam Muldrow. The head coach of the Niagara River Lions is Joe Grasso. And our fans, powered by Dancing Stream, would you please welcome to the floor your Lightning Dance Band.
The fans are in a full good spirit here at Budweiser Gardens as we're moments away from the start of London Lightning basketball here from London, Ontario. It's the hometown Lightning taking on the visiting Niagara River Lions. Good evening, I'm Justin Prince. Alongside me is Chris Croucher as we're a few moments away from the start of NBL action on this Friday night. Chris, what should we expect from these two teams as they're about to get underway?
Well, I think for London, they know that they've had a bit of a struggle to start the season, and I think they're going to be coming out here looking to come off to that hot start, something we saw a lot from them at the beginning of last year, but we haven't really seen come out during this season. It's been a bit of a trying time for the London Lightning, but I do think they've got the talent to turn around. As for the River Lions, I think they're going to want to really start by going low early. Guys like Sam Muldrow are going to have some room to operate on the inside with a guy like Royce White still unable to play. So I think if I'm the Niagara River Lions, I'm looking to take advantage of the fact that London's missing that size down low and see if I can turn that into 2 points, maybe a couple fouls, and get everyone on London thinking inside, because later on in the game you open up a guy like Omar Strong for some threes.
And we're going to see what the official strategy comes together as the starting lineups. The London Lightning starting off Marcus Capers, Johanny Dallenberg, along with Joel Friesen, Laddie, and Ryan Anderson. Garrett Williamson rounds out the starting five. Muldrow, Boucard, Strawn, Tate, and Waite start off for the River Lions. As it'll be Dallenberg and Muldrow starting off for the opening tip. And we're underway for Friday Night Basketball. Ryan Anderson starts off for the immediate charge. Passes back to Williamson as they reset, slow things down with Capers. 13 on the shot clock as Capers moves to the right, gives it to Anderson. Passes to Friesen, Laddie, pump fakes. Got Boucard to jump out of his shoes as he gets the layup inside.
Great fake by Joel Friesen, just a smart player. He recognized the defender, closing out a little out of control, turns it into 2 points. Great work.
And Friesen, Laddie with the first 2 points, just like that. The London Lightning coming into tonight 3-5. The Niagara River Lions 7-4 on the season after winning in Windsor last night. As Boucard gives it to Waite. Waite in the high post, passes to Tate. Tate back to Boucard outside for three, misses. Rebounded by Anderson.
And that's a good defensive stop there from the London Lightning, forcing a tough shot.
And Williamson, a tough layup inside on the fast break, misses. Trying to speed up the tempo to start things off as Jalen Tate sets up the offense, gives it to Waite. Marvell Waite spins to the center, deflected away on the pass as Friesen Laddie gets it to Williamson. Back to Friesen Laddie as he slams it down, and oh my goodness, that was not good.
Unfortunate for Friesen Laddie, came down a bit wild and landed very awkwardly there. Trainer immediately coming out to him.
And an absolutely scary play, especially in the first minute and 20 seconds. As the train staff immediately checking him out. Hitting his leg on the stanchion as he'll be checked out by the training staff. This could be a big loss in terms of injuries if it does become something lengthy as Kyle Johnson gets ready to come into the game.
And with Friesen Laddie, even when the team was struggling early in the year, a lot of the time it was him who was getting the team going and kind of kept some of those games closer than they could be. This would be an absolutely critical loss for the Lightning.
The River Lions will bring it down. Friesen Laddie averaging about 12.5 points per game on the season, 35% shooting. As this one's passed inside to Muldrow. Posting up, gets it over. Dallenberg misses. Rebounded by Dallenberg. As Anderson brings it down, trying to size up on Omar Strong. Gets the mismatch inside. Dallenberg misses. Rebounded as here comes Tate. Tate will slow things down, getting it to Omar Strong. Strong fakes to the left, gets the jump shot from mid-range just off the back rim. And 4-0 in the first 2 minutes as Ryan Anderson tees off, misses. Trying to get the tap out was Dallenberg as it's picked up by Boucard. Boucard drives inside. That one's rejected. Quick response from Dallenberg as Williamson drives inside, and that one's going to be a goaltending call as that's going to make it 6-0.
That goaltending call, not a great decision there by Sam Muldrow. A little bit of a fast pace there, and I don't think it was really working for either team, just very early in the shot clock. At this point in the game, you kind of want to settle into a groove, not so much run and gun it already. Both teams could probably do take a little bit of a chill pill here and maybe slow the pace down just a bit, get your team, get your offense into a groove, and see if you can get some consistency going.
There's run and gun, and there is frantic pace as it's a 7-0 run, meanwhile, from the Lightning regardless, as Tate goes in, back out, passes to Strawn. Back into the post, into Madro, gets it inside, trying to get to Waith as it goes off Johnson. They're going to say it's the Lightning ball. They're going to say it's off of Marvell Waith, as that's going to be helping out this London Lightning run so far. 7-0 run, 9:25 to go in the first. This one's going to be called back.
Not 100% the call. Yeah, I believe that's Dallenberg down low, just a little too much jostling for position.
And that's going to give the Riverlines the ball right on back. They're still looking for their first basket, though. They are 0 for 4 from the field so far with 2 turnovers. Tate leading the offense, gets it on the right side, gets it to Picard. Quick pass by Waith into Madro, and Madro breaks the cold streak. And a quick pass, meanwhile, Williamson getting it in the front court. Getting the pick from Dallenberg, drives inside, gets it over Madro, gets it to go.
Garrett Williamson so good at making those layups while adjusting for contact. That time he takes the hit, but able to make the nice high-rising shot there.
And it's been something we've been seeing all season from Williamson, as that's now a 9-2 run for the Lightning, as Tate gets it to Madro. Mismatch on Johnson, passing to Waith. Around to Picard, challenging him to make the three-pointer, misses off the back rim. And a quick pass, meanwhile, they are going a very quick pace as Williamson's rejected. Picard's going to lead the fast break as he's going to back up, gives it to Strawn, hesitates, gives it to Tate. And they'll slow things back down as both sides going for a faster pace. Waith gets the pass off the screen. He gets it to go.
A great screen there. I believe that was Omar Strong who said it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but whoever did, an excellent job setting up Waith with that ability to make that three-point shot.
And Ryan Anderson trying to respond with the long two misses. Boucard, he's got a one-on-one with Johnson. Goes for the layup inside. He's got it. And Guillaume Boucard with the basket inside. And just like that, the run is now a 7-2 run. That one turned over by the Lightning.
Just a bit of miscommunication. We talked a little bit before the game. I know you and Aaron talked about it downstairs, how London's got a little bit of a thing where they all want to really play fast-paced, and sometimes they just need to be able to slow it down, run their offense, and we see them get a little too much back and forth going with the Riverlines. Riverlines able to play at that pace. London, unfortunately, not able to this time, and that led to the Riverlines being able to come back in this game quickly.
Meanwhile, Madro trying to tie things back up at 9, misses in the post. As Capers brings it down, gets it to Akinkume inside. He's got it.
And he has been a revelation for this team. I've loved what Brian Akinkume has been able to do for this London Lightning team. An excellent defender, and we're starting to see a bit of that offensive side of his game come out a bit more as he gets more comfortable with his team.
Akinkume was actually the first player out of the locker room for warm-ups, taking jump shots. He's averaged about 6 shots a game, shooting 50% on the season, as that one's turned over to Dixon Green. And Martin Dixon Green will slow down the pace, sizing up Tate, passes across court, setting up for the second pass to Williamson. Capers with the triple outside, misses. Rebounded by Akinkume inside, surrounded by 3 Riverlines, misses the layup inside. You've seen Kyle Johnson trying to call for it as Boucard brings it down. Waith again open for 3. Can he get a second 3? Misses. And look at this transition defense, wide open. Kyle Johnson for the slam. And it's been a game of runs so far, as this is now a 4-run. Strawn trying to break it up. Pulls up for the 3, misses. Johnson gets the rebound, leads the charge. Crosses from the left side to the right as Capers will lead the offense. And Coach Vassell wanting this to go slower down pace now. Lightning up 13-7 with 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As Dixon Green. 4 on the shot clock, trying to get around Tate. Williamson contested shot, trying to beat the buzzer, misses. Akinkume gets the rebound, but it's a shot clock violation. And that's going to lead to your immediate timeout. Lightning up 13-7 so far in what has been a good game for them so far, that is for sure. As if you look at how they've been playing so far, they've been shooting 43%, but for the River Lions, they've been shooting themselves in the foot. 3 for 10 for the field, 1 for 5 from outside.
Yeah, and that's kind of a little unusual for the Niagara River Lions, a team that really has some strong shooters on it. I mean, Sam Muldrow's able to actually stretch the floor and hit threes, and then you got a guy like Omar Strong, who's probably one of the most electric shooters we've seen in the league at any point. I don't expect that to keep going for the River Lions. So for London, it's going to be important to make sure that they get their offense rolling, because usually when you see shooting numbers like that, and you have one team struggling to shoot like that, you'd want to see a bit more of a gap, even in this limited time. So I think for London, it's going to be a matter of making sure they get that offense, get that consistency going on offense, no wasted possessions, and seeing if they can keep providing the same kind of defense they were doing that put Niagara in the spot.
Yeah, you mentioned the River Lions with their shooting this season. They're tops in the NBLC so far, 46% shooting on the year. For the London Lightning, for comparison, they're third, 45%. As we're about to get back underway with action once again. But if you have noticed, there's new uniforms for those referees. They were debuted yesterday through Facebook by the National Basketball League of Canada, going from the gray and black jerseys to red and light gray, whitish colors, similar to what you see with the Canadian flag. A nice design, that's for sure. What are your thoughts on the design, if you don't mind?
I like the shoulders on them. They're very red.
Yes, they're very red. They're very red, and they're very nice looking. And this is a definite upgrade, in my opinion, to be honest, with the uniforms for those referees, as they will now stand out a bit more on the court. Meanwhile, we're back underway as the Lightning lead 13-7, 5:46 to go. Driving inside for the layup is Tate. Missing Tate, as it's rebounded by Dixon Green. Whistle, and we're going to have an inbound.
Bit of a silly foul there, too. Just reaching in, a little frustrated, didn't make the shot there. It happens.
Same lineup for the London Lightning on the floor, but some changes from the River Lions. Adam Coley comes into the game, came into the game along with a few different changes. Big play meanwhile for the Lightning. And Marcus Caper stretches the lead to 8. A few different players coming onto that floor, as mentioned, as the River Lions trying to set up. Wood drives in, passes back out to Boucard. Boucard gets it inside, going for the layup inside. That one's good. And that was Jawan Hill with the basket inside, responding quickly right there as Johnson goes around the pick, jump shot, gets it to go. And Kyle Johnson helping provide that offense off the bench.
And he's a big, important piece for this team. Obviously, he had a huge year last year, came in for the London Lightning, had that 50-point game. But we always talk about that game. We don't talk about the consistent 3-and-D that he provided for this team all the way through last season.
Yeah, and there's a whistle, meanwhile, down low on a reach-in from the London Lightning. And it's going to be a Martin Dixon Green, team's second foul, and that's going to send to the free throw line Jawan Hill. Jawan Hill averaging about 6 minutes per game on the season. This is his 4th appearance on the season as he makes the first of 2 free throws. And this River Lions squad has a lot of depth to it and a lot of different players being added in and out. Like most recently, they brought in former Carleton Raven Kevin Churchill, for example, as an injury replacement for Joe Rocca, for example. That one, he made his first appearance last night, his first basketball game appearance since 2015.
There's been a lot of ties between Niagara and Carleton. I mean, if there's any program in Canada you can tie yourself to, that's a good one to start with.
Yeah, the Carleton Ravens, OUA powerhouse, and an powerhouse of an N1 inside from Akinkabe.
And I love Brian Akinkabe's game. That one, just pure hustle, able to get the N1 call.
And Elmer Strawn called for the foul. Akinkabe having one of his best games so far. Getting early playing time here in this first quarter. Substitutions, Ryan Anderson back into the game. Clark Williams Jr. makes his first appearance as well. As Akinkabe gets the ball to roll and bounce. 9-point lead now for the London Lightning with 4 minutes, 22 seconds to go. Khalid passes to Wood, going around to Boucard. Gets it right to Omar Strawn, and passing around the perimeter, finally gets it inside. And Hill's got the N1 to go.
Beautiful offense there from the Niagara River Lions. Great ball movement, and every time you pass the ball, I had a coach who used to like to say you're giving the ball energy, and every time you make that pass, you give it more and more energy so that when you do take that shot, it's more and more likely to go in. And that's a great example of that right there.
And once again, Hill getting a chance to add to the River Lions totals. Once again, going to the stripe to complete the three-point play. Yes, he's got it right there. And good free throw shooting from the River Lions so far. 3 for 3. Perfect for both sides, in fact. As Anderson in the post on Strawn. Guarded hard, gets it stripped. Whistle, and I think that might be a reach-in. Yes, it's going to be a chop-in reach on Omar Strawn. That's going to be the River Lions' 4th foul of the first quarter, just like that.
It's funny, it hasn't felt like there's been a ton of whistles, but again, both teams getting up there now.
A very quick-paced game in this first quarter so far as Anderson gets it to Johnson. Johnson pulls up for the jump shot, gets the N1 to go.
Great effort there from Kyle Johnson. You just see what a pure shooter he is. Able to make that shot despite the contact and drains it. Great play from the London guard.
And Kyle Johnson will try and complete the three-point play. Very good season for him so far since returning. In that one game he has appeared in since its return, he had 31 points off the bench. Perfect, 100% from the free throw line on 9 for 9 as he starts off the day with another free throw. Stretches the lead back to 9. Strong gets the pick. Passes. Wood drives inside, works past Williams Jr., and that one is going to be a foul. Going for the dunk there once again was Jawan Hill.
I know it didn't end up in the automatic 2 points there, but Connor Wood, what an incredible pass right to Jawan Hill. Excellent play from the big man.
And Jawan Hill getting a lot of playing time tonight. That's for sure, making an impact in the early going.
Should add, Connor Wood is not a big man. He's a 6'4" guy. But again, great pass from the guard, I should say.
Yeah, Connor Wood, again, one of those Carleton Ravens we were just talking about as well. So there's that connection once again. 2 for 2 from the free throw line right there. As Johnson gets it to Anderson, going down low into the post. Aginkabe guarded by Waite. That's Kirk Williams Jr. getting to Aginkabe, and Aginkabe is going to go to the line himself.
Well, I think just off the top of my head, Akinkabe has drawn 3 fouls by himself right now. Just in his limited time here with the Lightning, and that's just from hustle, that's from outworking guys in the post. Great play.
Yeah, drawing foul after foul to start off. Already 5 points, 2 rebounds, chance to make it up to 7 points. As he's going to make the first of 2. 2 for 2 so far. As he's had a pretty decent start to this game as well off the bench. So 2 players getting a lot of decent time to start off tonight's game, especially Aginkabe. As Akinkabe just misses the lucky bounce. London Lightning lead by 8 with 3 minutes to go here at Budweiser Gardens in the first quarter. As Wood gets it to Waite. Kirk Williams Jr. guarding the post again. Another good jump shot right there from Hill. And Jawan Hill getting shot after shot to go at this point. As Anderson gets the pick from Aginkabe. Drives inside, Anderson misses. Aginkabe there for the putback, misses. As Khalid gets the rebound. Khalid leading it down the floor. Waite hesitates, passes back out to Wood. Inside to Hill. Hill's trying to draw an air foul, gets the lucky bounce to go.
Boy, does he have a hot hand. That makes it 13 points in only about maybe at most 10 minutes in this quarter. That's incredible work.
My goodness, and that's coming off the bench. This is a guy that's been averaging just 6 minutes a game as Akinkabe gets the jump shot.
Did anyone else really come to this game thinking we were seeing the Akinkabe-Jawan Hill battle? This has been great play from the 2 inside players.
I'll be quite honest, I wasn't expecting this much of a performance so far, and I think Akinkabe might be staying on the floor, in fact, as Downbear goes back to the bench. Strawn, big-time spin move, and I think he might have gotten the whistle.
Absolutely. Ryan Anderson just gave him a little bit of a nudge in the back to cause Strong to affect that shot.
And now setting up at the free throw line, Omar Strawn. Able to draw the second foul drawn there as well. As Omar Strawn a familiar name, previously played in the NBL back in 2014-15 with the Mississauga Power before going to France for 2 seasons to play professionally. He was a big name in his time as he completes the second free throw.
Well, before Ryan Anderson broke it last year, he was actually the record holder for 3-pointers made in a game with 12. Just an electric shooter. I remember that game, too. I believe he had 44 when it was all said and done. Just an electric offensive player.
And right there, almost getting the steal as it gets it right to Anderson, speaking of him, as Anderson gets the contested jump shot to go. Yes, sir. And talking about those two, maybe they heard you, as there's the jump shot made by Ryan Anderson, driving inside Wood. Passes back out, Waith wide open by a country mile, can't get it to go. And a less than 2 minutes to go as Anderson quickly gets it to Friesen Laddie. Aginkabe goes in the post. Guarded by Hill. Spin move, draws the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Again, Akinkume. Just excellent hustle play, and that's all the London Lightning have needed from him. He's providing in spades. That gives him 10 points on the game.
And this is for a guy like him. He came into the day averaging about 7 points per game, playing and made 4 starts on the season as well, but was just taking 6 shots per game, missing the first free throw.
And it's not really about the points he gets, it's the way he does it, because he crashes and bangs, he draws fouls, he plays tough defense, so even if he's not scoring, he's still impacting the game in a positive way for the Lightning. But being able to provide that element of offense, that just makes your team more dangerous. It gives you 5 weapons on the floor. Sometimes when you get these guys who are excellent defenders, they don't have great offense, and you end up basically having 4 guys on offense. So with a guy like Akinkume, if he can continue to add that offensive game, that gives you your 5 weapons.
And meanwhile, substitutions, Akinkabe getting a breather, a well-deserved breather as well, leading the team in scoring right now for the London Lightning as they lead by 7. Khalid setting up, gets it to the new sub for Max Hooper. Deflected as Anderson leads the fast break. 3-on-2 situation as Friesen Laddie gets it. Goes for the triple outside, misses. Tapped around, rebounded. Hill sets up the rebound for Khalid. And that is Wood driving it inside. Wood gets it off the glass, good to go. And Wood with the nice layup. Connor Wood as Ryan Anderson brings it down. Less than a minute to go. 5-point game. London Lightning in the bonus. As Kirk Williams Jr. fancy pass gets it to Friesen Laddie. Fancy 3. That was behind the back, kind of a hook shot pass for that one. As Connor Wood gets it to Hooper. Round to Waith. Back to Khalid as Hill helps set the pick. Down Baird on the defense. Spin move. Can't get it to go. 7 seconds to go. Waith drives. Drops the charge off Friesen Laddie.
Yeah, I think he just got the arm up a little bit. Friesen Laddie drawing the call there. Great play by Friesen Laddie, a guy who, I don't know if they keep this stat, but if they did, the most offensive fouls drawn, I would say Friesen Laddie, the guy who would top that category.
And the shot clock is off now on the floor, meaning the London Lightning potentially have the last shot of the quarter. Waith will come out of the game for the time being. Boucard back into the game. Anderson will bring it down slowly, setting up 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Down Barrett helping set the pick, stripped away. Hill called for the reach-in. And that is Jawan Hill once again called for the reach-in with 5.5 seconds to go. And that's going to send Ryan Anderson to the line as well.
You know, Ryan Anderson, a guy no one really in this league needs to be introduced to. Of course, he was a member of the Windsor Express and originally the Ottawa Skyhawks. A guy who's seen his time in this league and has been a winner almost everywhere he's gone. He won a championship as a member of the Express. He, of course, won a championship here as a member of the London Lightning last season, and just consistently one of the best players, almost a two-way guy, but he's able to do a little bit of everything because he's that good offensively and defensively. He's even able to play a little bit of point guard, too.
And he got both points there. Hill's trying to get the shot before the buzzer, able to get it in, but that is after the buzzer. With that, after Ryan Anderson hit those 2 free throws, stretched the lead to 34-24 after 1 quarter play here at Budweiser Gardens. You're watching Knockstrom TV for National Basketball League of Canada coverage. We'll be back in just a moment with more coverage here from Budweiser Gardens in London, Ontario. Back now live, pardon me, here on Knoxstrom TV as the London Lightning lead 34-24 as we're about to start off your second quarter here from Budweiser Gardens here in London, Ontario. As the STEM Camp kids finish up their dance, the London Lightning, they may be starting to dance themselves with how they played offensively in that first quarter, Chris.
Yeah, I thought the Lightning did a great job there. Of course, 34 points in a quarter. Anytime you put up that total, obviously it's a good job. They did a really good job of having that inside-out game work for them, and I think they slowed down in the second half of that quarter. They were able to take things a little better, set up the offense, make it easy on themselves, and I think that was a big difference maker in that quarter.
And London shooting 54% in that first quarter as they lead by 10. Klee will start off the offense for the River Lions. Passes to Boucard, drives inside, passes back out to Klee. And that draw the foul off the screen from Kirk Williams Jr. That's a quick first foul. And of course, we're approaching that Christmas season as well. Some players might be wanting to get a Christmas gift of a victory before the Christmas holiday as well. As Klee passes out. Hooper for the shot outside, misses off the back rim. Rebounded by Anderson. As Anderson, quick flick of a pass to Johnson. Johnson pulls up for three. Yes, sir!
That's another off-balance one that he's been able to drill. Kyle Johnson just lethal from behind the line.
And Kyle Johnson continued on making his shots there. Now up to 10 points on the night. As Boucard gets it to Madreau. Posting up on Downbear, gets it over with the left arm, misses. Anderson with the board. As he quickly gets it to Johnson, can he do it again? No, he cannot, as Boucard gets the rebound. Boucard grabs the board. 1 minute into the second quarter, 37-24. Klee adds on and makes it back to a 10-point game.
And I think it's a good idea to make those threes. Obviously, it's a good idea, but they needed to get something to respond to London. They didn't want to let London run away with the first half of this quarter.
And trying to keep things close. Kyle Johnson misses the rim as he tried to draw the foul after getting the shot off. Regardless, River Lions get the possession. As they get all set to go on their offense, the River Lions have been really impressive under the new coaching scheme of Joe Razzo for sure. As Joe Razzo joining the team after having a strong college career in terms of coaching for the past 18 plus years in the OUA. As driving inside, meanwhile, rejected inside was Klee. As going inside, layup, Ginkabe misses. And that was Kirk Williams Jr., I should say, pardon me. And that's going to lead to a timeout by Coach Razzo.
And again, we talked about you don't want to let London run away with this. I think this timeout is to make sure exactly that. London came out just guns a-blazing so far. So I think for Niagara, obviously you got to get a stop, but they also need a little bit of any sort of chemistry going on offense to see if they can turn that into points.
And it's been a 5-point swing as well to start up the second quarter as well. What do you do, for example, if you're the River Lions on the defensive side to close that out? And what do you do if you're London to break those adjustments that should be expected?
Well, I think if you're the River Lions, their defense hasn't actually been all that terrible. It's just been a fact of, that three-pointer by Kyle Johnson there. It's just some hand-in-the-face tough shots that the London Lightning are being able to connect on. So I think if you're Niagara, you don't want to shake up too much. Maybe you watch that three-point line just a little harder. As for the London Lightning to keep the train going, they're doing a great job setting themselves up for shots. You'd like to see them a little bit more open, but who cares when you're turning them into buckets the way they have been? So for the London Lightning, there's really not a whole ton to change for either team. You just kind of have to hope luck swings your way a bit, and that's where you call that timeout. That's where you see if you can change momentum, see if you can kind of create some of your own luck here.
Yeah, and that's going to be something the River Lions are going to try and have to adjust. They're shooting just 9 of 21 for the field to start off, and both teams struggling from that three-point line in this one so far. A lot of different things going on with this Christmas season, that's for sure. As all the fans in the giving spirit, Santa's even in the building for tonight for the children for sure.
That's got to be the biggest celebrity we've ever had in here. I mean, everyone knows Santa.
Yes, everybody knows Santa. Everybody from just about every point of the planet. As he was helping bring some Christmas cheer to Budweiser Gardens. as we're back underway here in the second quarter. 10-19 to go here in the second quarter. Lightning lead 39-27. As Adam Khalid goes through the defense, spins in, misses the layup off the front rim, trying to get the putback and missing. But drawing the foul there was Andrevis Smith. Andrevis Smith coming in after the timeout. He's somebody else that has appeared in every game, but has on the season averaged just about 7 minutes per game, shooting 100% from the line. First miss of the season there. That's including 1.6 points per game, but somebody else that could earn some more minutes as the season goes on as he completes the second free throw. And that makes the lead down to 11. Whistle as there is Smith trying to dive for the ball in the stands.
Looks like someone in the front row got a basketball player for Christmas.
That's a nice little present, that's for sure. Is that something you want to have if you're a fan or a child?
I don't know if that would fit under the tree, but there you go.
Maybe if you have a 7-foot-tall box? I don't know. As Williamson gets set for the inbound. And you can
I think they're just making sure everything's mopped up down there.
Yeah,
maybe a drink spilled.
Yeah, you can see a couple fans in the area is sipping on some nice, cool beverages as it's inbounded to Marcus Capers. Capers, shot by Friesen Laddie, misses off the back rim, rebounded by Boucard. And Boucard leading the charge, goes across the center court, passed out to Khalid. Back to Boucard, nice two-man game as it goes back and forth between the two of them. Hooper moves into that old spot, blocked inside. Second chance miss, third chance now, going inside Smith. He's drawing the foul and he's going to the line to shoot two.
Geez, just a little bit of volleyball there as the River Lions just couldn't seem to get the bucket to go. Eventually they draw the foul. Some good, tough interior play from both teams there. Just someone's got to be able to pull that rebound down.
And now that's going to once again bring Smith to the line to shoot two. Smith from Vienna, Georgia. As he's going to try and close this gap. Again, missing the free throw for him, though. And trying to help get this lead back to 10 points for the London Lightning side. As he's going to put this one up, get it to go. 1 for 2 once again for the second time tonight from the line. And Capers leads the charge. 9:35 to go here in the second quarter. As Downberg gets it to Friesen Laddie as there's the pick set by Downberg. Back to Williams Jr. Williams Jr. for three, misses, rebounded by Adam Klee. And that shot going to lead to Klee driving inside, and Klee gets the contested layup to go. Quick layup, quick whistle, I should say, before the inbound.
Not sure what the whistle's for. I thought it might be delayed game because the River Lion player did touch the ball, but I don't think that really deserved a foul.
I'm not exactly sure myself. As whistle, meanwhile, on the screen. As that's going to bring in Jalen Tate back into the game. And now a rookie coming in so far on this season for the River Lions, scoring about 10.5 points per game for the squad, along with 6 assists, I should say. Somebody really helping out in his first season. As Capers gets it to the post, Kirk Williams Jr. Maybe has a mismatch with Klee, but Boucard trying to get the steal, and that's going to be a travel call. Kirk Williams Jr. took one step too many, trying to set up for the pass to Friesen Laddie, as this is going to be a turnover.
And a pretty big one right there, because if the River Lions can turn this into points, all of a sudden what looked like London running away with a 10-point lead, starting to inch closer and closer there. It would only be 6 if they're able to get 2 out of this.
Yeah, right now the River Lions outscoring London 7-5 in the quarter, and that's going to help improve that struggle as that one's stolen away. Again, Kabay keeps it in for the possession. My goodness, what an effort as Williamson steps in. He's rejected. Second chance from Capers, misses. Third chance. Kirk Williams Jr. will reset. Spins back around, goes for the spin move inside, misses. Fourth chance, and Dallenberg gets it, and that's going to be an N1 play. My goodness, what a play.
What a flurry of action right there. And that time, that was all created from some good hustle right there by Marcus Capers, getting himself into the crowd. Pardon me, that might have been Kirk Williams Jr. Whoever went flying into the crowd there and just put up a Hail Mary back over his head. that kind of hustle led to London keeping the ball, being able to create a little bit of chaos, and end up turning that into a chance here for the three-point play. That's exactly the kind of answer that they needed for what looked like the River Lions maybe starting to get a run together. You get a stop on one end and then a three-point play on the other. Brilliant.
It was an absolutely amazing play, and I believe that was actually, I believe it was possibly Dallenberg who had made that play. Correct me if I'm wrong there. As Madro goes inside, a Strawn misses. Tap for the rebound by Friesen Laddie as Capers gets it to Williamson. Turk Williams Jr. for three. Yes, sir. And that is going to be a 6-point swing in 3 possessions.
I know that he doesn't want to use all his timeouts now, but I might be looking timeout soon if London continues this kind of run.
Up by 14 now with 7:53 to go. Drawing the whistle. Madro in the post. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, that's fine, because even if you don't get points out of this, you slowed the pace of the game down a bit. London was really flying right there.
Yeah, they were, and that's something that really helped them last season, and this is something where, I said this during the pregame, you mix it in with the slower tempo, you can get these possessions like this tonight so far, and it's been working exactly the way London has needed to on the offensive side. First free throw for Madro goes off the back rim. Ryan Anderson about to come back in with Kyle Johnson. Marvell Waite back into the game, meanwhile, for the River Lions, along with Connor Wood. And second one's good for Madro, and there comes the London Lightning players. And this has just been an absolutely big swing. Kirk Williams Jr. coming out for Friesen, as well as Friesen Laddie. London Lightning looking to keep the accelerator on pace as Capers brings it down the floor. Anderson goes to the right side on the perimeter, finding Williamson. Drawing off the defense for the switch. Wade getting it over Wade, trying to get to Dallenberg, tipped away as Omar Strong leads the charge. Gets it inside. That one blocked and goes out of bounds. As that's going to stay River Lions ball. That was, again, Andreas Smith. And Andreas Smith from Tougaloo College.
That's a great name for a college.
He's been somebody that's also been helping with this run. Wood, meanwhile, gets the alley-oop from Smith for the basket.
Sneaky little backdoor play by Wood. That's just basketball IQ, recognizing a gap in the defense and being able to take advantage.
A big play again. Lots of big highlight plays for sure for your nice Christmas reels. As Capers slowing down this offense. 2-pick set by Dallenberg to Williamson. Bullet pass to Johnson for the outside for 3. Yes, he's got it!
Kyle Johnson, 13 points in this game off the bench. He's providing exactly the kind of spark he used to provide last year during that run.
And going inside, meanwhile, Madro finding Smith. He's going to go to the line on a hard foul once again. And the London Lightning piling up the fouls. That's already their 6th of the quarter. Aginkabe will now get ready to come back into the game. Exactly what he's going to do. Also coming back in is Jaywan Hill. So a lot of players for sure coming in and out. Of course, in the early going of the season, a lot of unexpected guys helping lead this charge. Hill is one of those players as he came back in, leading the way in scoring for the River Lions. 13 points, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, mind you, as well. But here's something to also know in terms of the fouls. Anderson, 2 fouls. Capers, 2 fouls. Williamson, 2 fouls. Pardon me, 2 fouls. Anderson, 3 for Dallenberg. Whistle down low. That's going to be another whistle, I believe.
That was Andreas Smith making an excellent play down low and getting himself back to the line.
Yeah, and drawing another foul on top of that. As multiple players on this London side have fouls, just 2 do not. Williamson and Kyle Johnson. Smith misses the free throw. And the London Lightning are going to bring it back down, leading 48-37 about halfway through the second quarter. Williamson loses the handle and drawing the whistle on the reach-in. This is going to be inbounded on the side. Williamson now with his second foul. For an update on those fouls, Kyle Johnson is the only player for the Lightning right now without a foul, and the River Lions, they're now in the bonus as well. As Omar Strawn drives inside, gets it to go off the glass.
They got to get back here.
They're trying to claw their way back down to 9. Capers, double team, Strawn with the switch. Gets it to Johnson. Down low at Ginkabe. Guarded by Hill, gets it over Hill, gets the bounce to go off the back rim.
And just the confidence that Ginkabe is playing with right now. He's got 11 points in this game. Excellent effort from the London big man.
And Ginkabe continuing to produce. As that one's missed on the outside, Connor Wood can't make the 3. Kyle Johnson will bring it back down. Pick sack by Ginkabe. Ryan Anderson will help slow it down at Ginkabe. Possibly pick and roll situation as he goes for the roll. Capers drives inside, backdoor cut to Williamson for the slam.
Amazing pass from Capers. Not sure how he even saw Williamson cutting. That's just a chemistry play right there. These guys have played together a while, and it shows on plays like that.
It was something where I was keeping my eye on him on that play because I seen him in that corner, sprinting from the corner for the backdoor cut, as he's able to get the rejection, leading for the fast break. Capers gets it to Williamson. Quick pass to Anderson for 3. Yes, he's got it. And timeout called, Coach Razzo.
You needed this timeout right now. London is feeling it way too hot from the field right now.
My goodness, an absolutely big swing once again. London Lightning up in terms of the points scored, 21-13 in the second quarter, continuing to make shot after shot, and just their field goal range has blistered to 55%, Chris.
Yeah, I'm floored by how balanced this team has been. This has been a team for London that's known for run and gun and three-pointers, but now they're bringing in some interior stuff. We're seeing a lot more cuts to the basket. We're seeing a lot more confidence in the big man, a guy like a Ginkabe, being able to make those plays inside, and now you're using those to complement your three-point shooting. And when you guys are hot, your guys are hot. Guys like Anderson, guys like Kyle Johnson, they're feeling it from three-point. So, I mean, this lead could have gotten even worse. It was a good timeout to take here because the London Lightning were really getting on a roll.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can keep up that roll, too, because they kept that roll going after the last time. There's still 5 minutes to go in this first half here, Chris. So they still have a lot of time to keep up that momentum and keep the pedal down, just like the River Lions did to the Express last night. As they are just about set to get back underway here, the fans excited for sure, and they're being told to scream. They got a lot to scream for and shout for as they get back set to go. Kyle Johnson on the floor with Marcus Capers, Garrett Williamson, Joel Friesen Laddie, and Ginkabe all on the floor for the London Lightning. For the River Lions, they'll counter with Klee, Hill, Strawn, Wood, as well as Waite. Marvell Waite will have the inbound as the River Lions look to try and claw back into this lead. 5:11 to go here in this first half. As Strawn gets it to Waite in the post. Pick set by Hill. Having to back out with the switch. Gets it over. Ginkabe gets the jumper to go.
Tough shot right there, but the River Lions really need to come out of that timeout with an answer.
And those are the kind of shots he made yesterday against Windsor, and that's something they need him to do again tonight. As going inside for the backdoor cut, Williamson misses. Ginkabe can't keep the rebound, as that's going to be a turnover. 4:47 to go here in the first half. And a whistle down on the front court.
Not sure what the whistle's for here. He's talking to Coach Vassell here.
This is going to go all the way back to the back of the backcourt. River Lions will have the inbound. Both referees getting discussions here, so they're going to reset the play, I believe. 4:46 to go here in the second quarter. As we're back underway. Strawn charging right at Capers. Gets it to Waite. Similar play to last time as Hill sets the pick again. Waite has to back out this time. This time goes for 3, and it's going to be a 4-point play. My goodness.
Huge bucket there for the Niagara River Lions. Waite, he hasn't been shooting that great from range, but that time, pardon me, he's been 3 for 5 for range. Pardon me. He had a miss earlier. That just didn't seem right. And now he seems to have got that touch back, drilling that shot, and able to make a huge momentum-changing play here.
Yeah, and this was a shot he was attempting a lot more last night as well. He's just averaging 28% from deep on the season, as he's going to have and not complete the 4-point play, but this could be a possible swing. Capers gets the rebound, though, for the Lightning. Gets it to Williamson. Quick pass to Akinkabe inside. Quick basket for the 2.
Great passing there from the London Lightning to set up that bucket.
And a good setup gets the lead to 57-44. As Waith again pulls up for 3 again. He's got another.
Well, I mean, why not? Especially if you're feeling it like he is right now.
And he is getting red hot in this one. Once again, another nice triple. Akinkabe in the post. Draws the foul. And that's going to be a 3-point play. Yes, it is.
And every time the River Lions make some big plays, get a couple of buckets together, London's been able to answer back. They've had a counter punch for every punch Niagara's thrown. And just right now, London still feeling it. And Akinkabe getting himself to the line for what I have to think is going to end up being his highest scoring performance here in NBL Canada.
Yeah, this has definitely been an absolute standout game. Substitutions on the floor. Omar Strong back in. Hill goes to the bench. Samuel Dro as well moving to the big spot side. As Akinkabe cannot complete the 3-point play, Waith gets the board. Less than 4 minutes to go in the second quarter as Strawn gets the pick from Waith. Second pick, Madro gets the setup. He's going to get the drawn whistle. And Marcus Capers gives the ref a stare. Is that going to count to go to the line?
That is going to send him to the line. I don't know.
Yes, I believe it is. As that's going to send Sammy Madro back to the line to shoot 2. Added last season to the River Lions squad as somebody that's continued to improve, scoring 14 points per game on the campaign so far. That is along with his 9.2 rebounds per game. Also adding in another 1.4 assists to those totals as well. So somebody that's been producing for sure for the River Lions.
And a bit of a unicorn in this league in the fact that you don't really see a ton of guys who have the height and shot blocking ability of Muldrow that are able to stretch the floor the way he is able to.
Yeah, he's been able to play very well so far in the NBLC. He's trying to guard Akinkabe as he makes the jump shot again.
Akinkabe is just feeling it. 17 points on the night. I don't think anyone would have predicted Brian Akinkabe having 17 points and a half, let alone in the game.
My goodness, an absolute standout of a game, as the previous time he had reached 17 points was against the St. John's Edge. That was on December the 5th, tying a career high in the NBLC. That one missed on the outside by Waith, tapped out by Klee, and almost a backcourt as Omar Strong kept it in. Madrone misses the 3-pointer. Akinkabe gets the rebound. And gets it to Dixon Green. Quick play set up here. Driving right at Klee. Gets it up the glass. And Dixon Green getting the bucket as Adam Klee backs up. Omar Strong trying to get it to Madro as Waith also inside. Madro pump fakes, drives inside, misses. Second chance. Lost the handle. River Lions keep possession. As this is going to be an inbound on the side with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Quick substitution trying to be brought in as once again Guillaume Boucard back into the game now for the River Lions and waiting on the side, I should say, as Connor Wood can't get the shot up, shot clock violation, and now Boucard will come into the game.
I don't think some of the guys on the floor for the River Lions realized that the shot clock didn't reset. That was a bit of a disjointed possession from the River Lions.
It looked a little bit like that now, and now having that adjustment, regardless, they're still in the bonus as well, so they have that potentially to play to their advantage if they want to start making this comeback attempt starting now for their side. As Capers gets it now to Johnson, whistle, and that's going to be a turnover for the London Lightning.
Yeah, they're going to say Johnson pushed off a bit when he was trying to make his break.
And that's going to be a quick substitution. Max Hooper now into the game now for the River Lions once again. The River Lions looking to charge into this 2:17 in the first half. Strawn gets it to Boucard. Waith getting in the post. Mismatch finds Madro. Open, misses the layup inside. Trying to get the steal on Dixon Green. And a quick pass to Marcus Capers. Williamson now goes in the post, charges inside over Hooper, draws the whistle and the 2.
Yeah, Hooper had his arm in there the entire way to the bucket there.
Yeah, absolutely. And be sure to join us for sure once we get to halftime, because it will be the Knoxstrom halftime. Aaron Sanders and I will be downstairs for the halftime to get to your stats, your insight, and more with scores from across the league. We're going to get to that, and why don't you get the rest of this call for the first half, Chris, if that's not a lot of pressure for Christmas?
Well, looks like I'm taking this pressure gift for Christmas. Williamson able to make the free throws. That'll make it 66-48. Pardon me, 65-48 for the London Lightning. Omar Strong coming up the court now. Payan Boucard looks inside, doesn't have the pass. That's going to be Hooper, unable to make the shot. Waith with the rebound. Great stretching arms there for Waith. Omar Strong uses his speed, gets it outside to Payan Boucard, and he makes it. Huge shot for the Niagara River Lions. They find themselves still down by 14, but a three-pointer like that helps the cause. Going to be a bit of a foul there. That looks like it's going to be on Omar Strong. We're going to see two changes coming in. That's going to be Klee coming into the game for Niagara, Omar Strong to the bench, and Joel Friesen coming in for Garrett Williamson. Kyle Johnson to inbound here. Way he's been shooting, he could probably just take the shot from there and still make it. Capers works it around. London Lightning moving the ball well. Johnson's going to take the shot. Top of the key, no good. Payan Boucard the other way for the Niagara River Lions. Breaks down Friesen, unable to get the shot. I think Friesen got his hand on that. Johnson back the other way for the Lightning. Going to be a shot here from Kirk Williams Jr. Won't go. Klee the other way. River Lions almost mishandles the ball. Payan Boucard, he made one earlier. Unable to get this one to go. But there's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to be on Kyle Johnson. Muldrow is cutting to the basket, and I believe they're going to call that on Kyle Johnson. Both guys looking like they were going for the rebound there. Sam Muldrow, a perennial contender for Defensive Player of the Year. Unable to make his first. Misses the second as well. Nothing going for the River Lions. Dixon Green back the other way as Marcus Capers now setting up the offense for London. Has nothing. Dixon Green's going to take it, though. Unable to make the deep three, but there's a foul. That's going to be on Hooper as Kyle Johnson went to the ground there. 35 seconds left in this quarter. River Lions trying to get some sort of momentum going, something they can take into the half to give them a little bit of confidence. Capers inbounds it deep to Kirk Williams Jr., trying to break down Muldrow. Johnson loses his dribble, puts it inside to Capers, and that's going to be Klee just getting a little too rough there defending Marcus Capers. And just like that, the River Lions are now over the limit. This ought to be free throws here. To the line, Marcus Capers. Everyone on London getting back defensively. Makes the first. Makes the second as well. 67-51 London Lightning over the Niagara River Lions. River Lions looking to get something going on offense on this possession here. Could be the last shot of the game. Shot clock and the time clock just slightly off. Klee unable to get around Kirk Williams Jr., but Williams Jr. fouls. And that's going to send Klee to the line. 6.8 seconds left on the clock. River Lions shooting two. Checking into the game, Smith and Wood. It's going to be Hooper stepping out as well as Sam Muldrow. pretty small lineup in the game for the London Lightning. It looks like they're trying to get someone to take the inside position on the free throw. Makes his free throw there. Kyle Johnson, not much time left. Last shot of the game, Capers will take it. Unable to get it to go. And that will do it for the half. The London Lightning off to an electric start to the game with an offense that's been tough to contain. 67 points in that half. That makes it 67-52 for the London Lightning. We're going to head downstairs for the Knockstrom halftime show with Justin Prince and your host, Aaron Sanders.
At recess, it's 67-52, Lightning in favor over the Niagara River Lions as we welcome you courtside to the Knockstrom halftime. JP, nobody did not expect any of this from the London Lightning, but I guess when you shoot with confidence, you gotta expect that. They're spacing out the floors, they're denying most of Niagara's entry passes, and it's Brian Akingabe all the way.
Yeah, Ginkabe, I think, is the biggest surprise because I don't think anyone expected him to tie a season high in the first half tonight here against the River Lions. 17 points in that first half. Absolute stand-up performance for him. And you mentioned as well the different things that the Lightning have been definitely playing much better with in terms of their defense, in terms of how they've been doing, especially offensively, mixing that run and gun in with the slower tempo you see from Keith Vizell more than you see from the Lightning compared to last season. So a lot of different things that are being tested out and working out in the long run here tonight.
And we see Niagara going to the free throw line more often. I mean, they're still trying to find chances to get those shots into the hole. But you know what? To their positivity, you know, the free throws are keeping them in right now, considering it's only a double-digit lead.
Yeah, it helps that they were in the bonus for that second quarter. But just they got to keep on having that happen, drawing more and more fouls, making sure that they get their passes complete as well and not have the balls go into the second row. You got to make sure you make those free throws and draw yourself to the line because that's something where you have a chance to chip away in the third quarter, especially with their size, especially with Marvell Wade and Samuel Madreau. And as we've seen, Jawan Hill, he's gone to the line a lot of times. Try and get him to the line a bit more as well.
Well, on the other end, as we break away from this, you did mention it was technically a 22-9 run for the Halifax Hurricanes over the Cape Breton Highlanders, but would you believe they're right down to the wire? Last time I checked, it was tied at 101, so these Cape Breton Highlanders, I think we mentioned it on the card right here, they mean business, but they now have to pick up W's sooner than expected.
Yeah, we were discussing that a few times actually so far this season, and something where they have been able to close it back up and to get the big leads is just about closing it out once again. It's going to be interesting to see if they can do that tonight, especially against Halifax. And that's going to be something, that game, as you mentioned, going down to the wire, tied up at 101. I don't think that's something I expected after seeing what we were having to see at the end of the first half for that game either.
That's right, and the other game, the Island Storm about to run away with a victory at the Harbor Station. They were up 7 with minutes to go in the game. The Island Storm, pretty much the dark horse of the Atlantic Division. They're doing real well.
Yeah, the Island Storms, with a new head coach, with a lot of new players, they've been definitely, as you said, doing well. I think bringing in a coach like Coach Kendrick is somebody that, in the situation they really had with the new head coach, with some of the players going, for example, to Moncton to our teams, something that really helped them in big time to help establish the culture they want with the new coaching staff, especially with him. And they are proving that so far. As you mentioned, the dark horse team, essentially, of that Atlantic Division. They just got to keep it up, keep things going, and, of course, make sure they keep that gigantic lead, as you mentioned.
St. John Riptide, they're still into it. Every year, they have been the powerhouse in the Atlantic Division, especially near the end of the season. Give credit to Nelson Taroba because when it comes to it this year, all these new head coaches for these teams have been really striking it rich.
Yeah, a lot of those new head coaches, they've been doing really well. Came in with some experience in the D-League, for example, as you mentioned, in him. So there's a lot of these head coaches that I think is a step in the right direction for not just the teams, but the league as a whole, to really have high-quality coaching to go along with the players you have in this league. So it's something where I think you got to keep getting the quality coaches like this. It's going to help, for sure, to help grow the league as a whole, to be honest. And something that's, as you mentioned, really helping with St. John as well.
Well, 'twas the Friday before Christmas. Everything's exciting. We go back to the Niagara River Lions and the London Lightning. Say, JP, if the River Lions went up on Santa's lap, what would they want in the second half?
Well, to keep the offense going and keep the gas pedal going, because that was what the River Lions did, like I mentioned, to the Express. They're going to probably try and do the same thing to the River Lions, the Lightning, tonight. Keep up that offense. Keep up those shots. And something that you can really see them probably adjust for on Santa's lap, to get the defensive rotations together and to try and reduce the fouls. That was something we're down here preparing for this halftime show, where Coach Vessel was saying to his players, maintain the switches, do not draw the fouls. That's something which is going to keep on going in the second half, I think. And it's something he's definitely emphasizing, because if that does not happen, it's going to be tough to keep that lead for the Lightning.
In addition to see Brian Akinkube warming up, what else is on their Christmas list if they want to maintain and hold on to this lead and get another victory?
Well, have Kyle Johnson continue to make the shots he's been making. Keep up the second chance, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance opportunities. They've had a couple of those chances tonight. Led to a lot of different points. Keep up that production. Keep up those second, third chance, and fourth chances. Just keep on getting the box outs. Keep on getting the offensive rebounds. And I think the Lightning will be in a good shape.
And the London Lightning, they look to be in good shape right now, because they don't have to play again until Boxing Day down at the Auditorium in Kitchener-Waterloo on Tuesday. And we quickly talk about the KW Titans. I mean, of course, heartbreak city for them Sunday afternoon against the Windsor Express. But then again, they have a couple of players that really making it big for them. Ahmad Starks really popping up with the threes. And then you have Russell Bird coming into it, a big guy, his stature, knocking down threes. I think that's sort of unheard of today, but he's making it work.
Yeah, Kitchener-Waterloo's definitely been playing good from the get-go to start off the season. And you mentioned that loss. Derek Hall really put it the best way to describe it as losing on a buzzer beater is one of the biggest heartbreaks you can have. It's something where I think Kitchener-Waterloo on Boxing Day, they're going to try and fix that heartbreak, I should say, not with just a box of chocolates, with the victory, as you said, on Boxing Day. I think that team is going really well with their system so far and the players they have, especially Bird, as you mentioned, especially with a lot of the guys they bring in. Also, you have Darren Duncan, for example, in that system. So a lot of good guys on Kitchener-Waterloo to help out in that for this season, and it's showing dividends so far.
And it's going to be a stocking stuffer for most of these people on Boxing Day as the lights go off for a quick minute. But it's 67-52 at the half. Let's see if the Lightning could provide more electricity into this building and turn on the lights here in the second half. We'll pause, but we'll be back on the call for the second half as we return here to the Budweiser Gardens in just a few moments. You're watching the London Lightning on Knockstrom.tv.
These custom crafted and fully escorted tours are not only as all-inclusive as we can make them, but give you the freedom and safety to explore.
Welcome back, everyone, back to the Budweiser Gardens here in London, Ontario, as we're moments away from the start of the third quarter here as the London Lightning lead 67-52. An absolutely big lead to start things off. I'm Justin Prince, alongside me, Chris Croucher, as we're a few months away from the start. What are your quick thoughts entering this second half?
Well, I think for the Niagara River Lions here, they're going to need to get some shooting going from three-point range. Other than Marvell Waite, they've only gotten 2 3-pointers from the rest of their roster in that first half. Looking at some of the guys who you kind of want to see get going, a guy like Omar Strong, 1 of 5 from the floor. That's not great shooting numbers. He's a guy they really count on to get some of that shooting going. As well, Guillaume Payan-Boucard, they could use a little bit more shooting from.
And we're back underway meanwhile, as right now, Ryan Anderson gets quick possession, misses. Saved inside by Sammy Madreau. As we're back underway. As Waite calls for the pick. Passed around, Boucard gets it set up. Getting into Waite, Ryan Anderson almost got the steal. As Waite gets it inside to Sammy Madreau. Madreau in the post, gets the shot off with 1 second on the buzzer.
Big shot there from Big Sam Muldrow. Just a very good player for this team. A little bit of a quieter night, only at 5 points now, but a guy that they're going to be looking to get going.
And we're going to see as Boucard gets the steal, he's going to lead the charge. Boucard gets it stripped away, and that's going to be a whistle for a reach-in.
We're going to have to see who that one was on there. Might have been Kirk Williams Jr. there. And it is, in fact, on Kirk Williams Jr. there.
And that's going to be the first foul of the quarter. First team foul.
More troubling, that's the 3rd foul for Kirk Williams Jr. London now with 4 players at 3 fouls. They're spreading the fouls out, which is good, but having guys sitting at that many as the game gets later on, that's going to be trouble.
And missed shot, meanwhile, on the outside by Madreau. As Williamson gets it to Capers. Back to Kirk Williams Jr. as Kirk Williams Jr. goes for the spin layup, misses. Bounce back in, Dallenberg gets the putback. And Yohini Dallenberg able to get the 2 points. 69-54, 90 seconds into the third quarter as Omar Strong gets it up, misses. Rebounded Ryan Anderson as Dallenberg helped get the rebound there. Anderson quickly using the screen to his advantage, gets it to Kirk Williams Jr. He pumps, he drives, he gets it off the front rim, tries to get the second chance, just got it back in before going out of bounds, but Omar Strong with the steal. Omar Strong slows it back down, calls for it for Waite. Waite drives in, gets it by Williams Jr., draws the foul. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. And that's already 2 quick fouls. And you mentioned Kirk Williams Jr. getting in a bit of foul trouble already.
Well, it's going to give him 4 in the game. And again, you know, it's not a killer to have 4 fouls, but when you already have Yohani Dallenberg at 3, Ryan Anderson at 3, and Akinkube at 3, specifically that Akinkube one hurts you as well as Dallenberg, because Akinkube, Dallenberg, and Williams Jr. are the guys who are going to play the bulk of the minutes on the inside. So those are the guys you kind of want to keep clean from fouls, and now they've combined for 10 fouls.
Yeah, something that's definitely been probably a talking point for Keith Vazell as Waite makes the first 2 free throws. As we're discussing, I discussed this with Aaron as we're getting ready for halftime. Something that really Keith Vazell was saying was focus on your rotations. Make sure you do not draw those fouls at this point. Something that's definitely going to have to be improved on as the game continues on. As that one blocked from Dallenberg.
Pass was a little slow there.
A little bit too slow, as mentioned, getting it to Boucard. Back to Strawn, around to Madreau, gets the pump fake, gets the jump shot, does not get it to go. Rebounded by Anderson. And Ryan Anderson with his 6th rebound of the game. This one inside, Dallenberg, he's blocked by Madreau, but that's going to be a possible goaltend. No,
yep.
Yes, it is a goaltend.
Looked like it was almost a big play there, but again, the ball almost wisely was let go of just at the top of its arc there, so Muldrow kind of, he was already up there. He didn't really have any choice other than take the goaltending call.
Regardless, still it's 71-55. If you're the River Lions, you have to start getting some baskets together, starting now as Waite gets the jump shot over Friesen Laddie, gets it to go. And Marvell Waite up to 14 points on 5 of 8 shooting. Quick possession, meanwhile, from the Lightning, trying to get it in. Williamson, he's rejected. 3 blocks already from the River Lions to start off in this third quarter. As that one missed down on the other side. Lions Lightning trying to set up. Getting inside. Marcus Capers, he misses. He's going to go to the line to shoot two, though.
I like the mentality, though. The London Lightning not sitting back at all after getting that big lead. They're still attacking the rim. They're still making aggressive moves, and they're still trying to put up more points and continue to build what's already an impressive lead.
And meanwhile, Marcus Capers will set up for the line to shoot two. Pretty quiet night offensively. Just 4 points. Just the second time at the free throw line as well. But he's also gotten 6 rebounds as well.
Capers not really known for his offense. He can chip in here and there, but a lot of what he does is a lot of the unsung stuff. He plays absolute lockdown defense on the perimeter. He's able to go get those rebounds, even though he's a smaller guy. He's able to play inside, and really just a utility guy who's able to do a little bit of everything for this Lightning team.
As he makes the second and 2 free throws, yeah, somebody that, as you mentioned, a good utility guy, a good guy as well on the defensive side. There's a reason he's getting about 7 rebounds per game on the young season. As Waite gets it over Capers, misses the jump shot. Rebounded by Friesen Laddie. And he quickly gets it to Anderson. 8:40 to go here in the third quarter. Anderson trying to get up for the fancy move. Dallenberg couldn't get the putback. Boucard leading the charge, gets it to Jalen Tate. Tate gonna cut inside, works through the traffic, can't get the bounce to go. Friesen Laddie gets his own board once again. Friesen Laddie with rebound number 3, going coast to coast. Almost got the rebound, and Capers able to get the putback. And Marcus Capers able to get it. For those who don't know, with FIBA rules, that does not count as a goaltend because it was still above the cylinder. As that is a big-time putback slam. As Boucard passes back out, 10 on the shot clock. Getting it to Madreau in the post. Gets it over Anderson, gets the hook shot to go.
Muldrow that time, he's been using his size. A guy who's going to be towering over a lot of these London Lightning players. I like seeing him do that because he does have that advantage.
And look at this, though. Dallenberg can't get the layup inside. Almost thought he was going to throw it down for the slam. As quickly Klee brings it down. He misses off the front rim. Anderson gets another rebound. Williamson gets the pass, drives inside, gets the contact. He's going to go to the whistle. He gets the whistle, I should say, and goes to the line to shoot two. As Garrett Williamson tonight, just 3 of 10 shooting for them. Not what you expect to see in terms of shooting, but he still, regardless, has those 9 points, in part because he's gone to the free throw line 3 attempts so far tonight.
And Williamson, a guy who's really adept at getting his points. He's a guy who knows when to pick his moments. He isn't always trying to get bucket after bucket after bucket, but he really knows when to pick his moments, when to make those aggressive moves to the hoop, and when to go and pick those points where where other players might not have been able to find them.
And he misses the second free throw, meanwhile, but there is a lane violation. And that's going to set up the inbound outside, down the sideline, I should say, as Waite will set it up. Garrett Williamson as well has had 8 assists as well to add on to that. As you said, somebody definitely helpful for a team, especially for a team like the Lightning. As Tate gets it to Madreau in the post. Trying to pump fake. Aginkabe misses again. Rebounded by Friesen Laddie. And it's been an ice-cold shooting night for Madreau. 3 of 10 from the field. As Friesen Laddie tries to put the spin cycle on. Gets it to Williamson. Almost lost the handle. He's going to get called for the travel.
I think that was pretty clearly knocked out of his hand there.
Yeah, it looked like it was, and then the referee going back and forth with the hand call. Regardless, as mentioned, is a travel. As this one's quickly driving inside, gets the N1 to go, Tate. And a quick play there once again. Jalen Tate getting a play he needs to have to help this comeback come in. 0 for 3 before this from the field. First points of the night because of that N1 drive.
Yeah, and I think you really needed that. He hasn't really been able to get something going tonight. Just to get on the board there, it's one of those things that gives you confidence for the rest of the game.
Ryan Anderson comes out of the game. Kyle Johnson comes back in, so Lightning trying to add a little bit of scoring. 6:53 to go here in the third quarter as Capers drives it inside. Cross-court pass. Williamson sizing up by Waite. Gets it to Akinkabe. Akinkabe gets the layup to go. Gets the bounce.
with 19 points on the night. Brian Akinkube absolutely killing it for this London Lightning team.
Season high in points for Akinkube in his first season in the NBLC. That's Tate. Alley-oop to Madro, slams it down.
And that's a nice little momentum play there, too. Gets the River Lions a little bit pumped, gets them a little bit, and slowly but surely they're clawing their way back into this game.
They're still down by 13, 77-64. As Friesen Laddie gets the pick from Akinkube, gets the separation from Klee, gets him set up for the jump shot. And Joel Friesen Laddie gets it back to 15. River Lions preparing to bring inside. Jawan Hill setting up to substitute back in. Klee gets it inside of Madro. Madro, hook shot once again, gets it over Kyle Johnson, taking advantage of the mismatch.
And again, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more of Muldrow in this quarter. He has a big size advantage over the other guys on the Lightning. Give it to the big man.
And Akinkube, meanwhile, trying to respond. He's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Another just pure hustle play from Akinkube. Gets himself to the line. We're going to have a media timeout here.
And a quick media timeout as there's the timeout. 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. London Lightning up 79-66. As both teams will have a chance to discuss things. Drawn foul from Akinkube. Before that, we were talking about Akinkube a lot of times. Not somebody you expect to have this kind of a performance where he's now coming to the line for these, once again, for the third time tonight. 7 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, season high 19 points. Absolutely dominating game, and kind of what London needed to have for this kind of game.
It's even crazier when you consider where Akinkube was at the start of the year. When he came into camp, I don't think anyone really considered him a lock for this team. He was a guy who came in looking to fight for a roster spot, and he did just that. He battled his way through camp. There was a lot of returning players, a lot of guys that you knew kind of had a guarantee they would be on this team, and Akinkube fought his way onto those 1 or 2 roster spots that were left at the time camp ended. He battled for that. He got that job. Then in the preseason game against the Raptors 905, he battled again. Other guys were given an opportunity ahead of him to put up minutes, but he's the guy that provided the most in those minutes in the preseason game. He battled for a spot in the rotation. And now we're seeing Akinkube. He's been a starter at times for this team. He's been a guy who's been able to play the bulk of the minutes. We've seen him fight for that too. This guy's just a scrappy guy. This is a guy who's going to fight for anything you can give him. And he's done a great job taking advantage of the opportunity here in London.
And those kind of scrappy guys that fight for points exactly like that, those guys usually become star or key players in the NBLC.
He kind of reminds me in terms of the way he's developing. I don't think he's the raw athlete that Stephen Maxwell was, but he kind of reminds me of a similar situation where it was a guy who, when he came in, we didn't really know much about him, but he really exploded onto the scene and really showed himself to be an incredibly strong player here in the NBLC.
And meanwhile, setting up for the first of 2 free throws at Akinkube, as he will try and add on to those point totals. First game in the NBLC with 20 points. As once again, Knoxstrom TV would like to remind all fans that we are streaming up to 720p tonight. HD, the official broadcasting quality for everything in 2017. As Akinkube goes 2 for 2 at the line. Good shooting percentage there, as he's able to get it to a 15-point lead. 5:38 to go here in the third quarter. As Hill drives inside. Wade gets the pass, gets it to Hill in the post. Has the mismatch with Friesen Laddie. Can he get the drive inside? Just can't get the bounce to go as Klee gets it back for the rebound. And a fresh 24 as well, as Waith gets it to Wood, shoots the three-pointer, gets it to go. And Connor Wood able to get the triple, shooting 33% on the season. As the lead is chipped back down to 12, Kyle Johnson gets it to Capers. And watch Friesen Laddie as he comes back around, setting it up possibly for the pick and roll with Williamson and Akinkube. Friesen Laddie pulls up for 3 with 3 and the shot clock misses. Waith gets the board. Tate gonna bring it back down the floor. Hill sets the pick, quick screen. Gets it to Waith. Nice little trigger, and that trigger leads to a single-digit lead again. And Coach Vassell not seeing what he wants, calling the timeout. 81-72 with 4:40 to go, in part with that big triple from Waith.
Yeah, I think there was just a bit of heavy feet going on London defensively there. Call the timeout, give him a little bit of a rest. and maybe even make a lineup change or two, see if you can come out of this timeout a little bit stronger.
Do you try and come out of this timeout more focusing on the defensive side and try and focus more on drawing down the fouls, or focus on the offensive side that's been continuing to go consistently scoring throughout the game? What do you do if you are Coach Vassell right now?
Well, I think you kind of want to tighten up both. Obviously, defensively, you aren't happy about that run that the Niagara River Lions made. And offensively, I mean, you're doing very well. So you just want to kind of keep doing what you've been doing there. It's kind of an interesting spot here that London finds themselves in, because that run's not great at all. But they've been so commanding on offense that it's not really anything they need to be overly concerned with. So I think offensively, you just want to stay the course, keep up what you've been doing. And defensively, you want to make sure that you get those feet moving. You don't let a run like that happen, because you want to close out this game. You don't want to let Niagara back in.
And speaking of closing out games, Halifax at one point was up with 60 points at the end of the first half. Cape Breton just came away with a victory against Halifax, 117 to 114. That is your final for that game as of 3 minutes ago, and a big victory for the Highlanders. As we're about to get back underway, a +6 advantage for the River Lions in terms of points in this quarter so far, as Friesenlatte got the inbound, getting it quickly to Capers. Capers will dribble it down, drives inside, cuts through the defense, slams it down!
Huge cut to the rim by Marcus Capers. I don't know what happened defensively there for the River Lions. That's just a breakdown.
Cut through 3 defenders like they were Swiss cheese right there, as Tate sizes back on the outside left side. Connor Wood quickly got it to Hill. Hill gets the jump shot, just gets the lucky roll.
It's a little odd. We haven't seen more of Hill. He had that great start to the game, just getting back into the game now.
And Hill, somebody that is getting slowly but surely worked into the system. Kyle Johnson hasn't had to have exactly that point with the team last season. Whistle called on the rebound. I believe it's over the back for Akinkabe. It's going to bring in Kirk Williams Jr. back into the game now for the Lightning. 3 fouls apiece here in this third quarter. And the River Lions doing exactly what they need to do to try and close up this gap somewhat. Still a +6 advantage in points in this third quarter. As Waith tries to size up Williamson, got Williamson to jump, gets it to Tate. Tate calling for the screen. Watch Waith down low as Tate sizes it up, finds Hill outside for the triple, no good. Tapped around as Friesenlatte gets the board.
Don't know if that's Hill's shot. I believe it was because of the short shot clock there, only 3 seconds left on it.
Maybe they had a couple seconds to try and set up a better shot selection. Kyle Johnson, that's a great shot selection for the triple. Kyle Johnson gets it back to a double-digit lead with a quick triple. Waith now outside once again, going to drive back in. This time draws the contact and the foul off Williamson, as he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Marvell Waith now leading the game in scoring for the River Lions. 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And that includes 4 of 6 shooting on the outside, which is something that he's been slowly working in and getting accumulated with, so to speak, with this triple on the outside. And the Canadian newcomer makes the first of 2 free throws on the season coming into tonight, shooting 81%. As that's just a second make, 50% from the stripe in this game. And this one's good for 2. As substitution, Friesenlatte having the substitution with Ryan Anderson. Marvell Waith will calling for the defense on the other side as Friesenlatte gets the break. With that Cape Breton game we were just discussing, Cape Breton came back from 28 down in the half to win by 3 in that one. Can the River Lions do something similar in this one? They have a lot of time with 2:53 to go in the third quarter. Williams Jr. gets it to Anderson. Quick pass to Williams Jr. for the slam dunk.
Beautiful pass from Ryan Anderson, just pulling up on the shot, feeding Kirk Williams Jr. for the big slam. Great play.
Great play, great setup. Tate pulls up for the triple, takes advantage of the Sleepy D.
Big answer right there. The River Lions really needed that just to keep in and keep that momentum swinging back and forth.
And Tate now 6 points in this third quarter. Johnson gets the triple up, and he's going to draw the whistle. 2:26 to go, 88-79 Lightning so far, as Johnson's going to go back to the stripe. As Tate's going to be brought back out, Boucard back into the game. As Johnson, 16 points as well. Not as big of a performance as his first game of the season, but he's approaching that same range now if he can keep up his production that he's had in these first 3 quarters, as he misses the first of 2. So, Chris, do you see London trying to lean on him a bit more possibly as this fourth quarter starts to close in more and more for some more shots, or do you try and keep a Kinkabe in the game? Do you possibly try and get a third player involved as well? Well,
I don't think you want to put Kinkabe back in the game. He's sitting at 5 fouls right now. I like the lineup they have. This is one that's been working mostly throughout the game, just without a Kinkabe, and you put Kirk Williams Jr. in. I think that's the lineup you want to stick with.
And look at this, though. They're going to set up KWJ for the slay-up inside. Nice fast break. Ryan Anderson gets the rebound. Quick pass, sets up the basket as Klee has to spin through the defense. And that's going to draw the whistle. I believe it was while he was pivoting to set the layup. And he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
I think he might have gotten away with one there. I think he got a little bit of happy feet while he was trying to pivot there.
I believe that's also a 5th foul being handed out. The 16th foul in the 3rd quarter as Klee misses the free throw.
And foul's going to be playing a big factor, especially in the 4th quarter. We've got a Kinkabe at 5, Kirk Williams Jr. at 4, and then Williamson, Anderson, D'Alembert all at 3 for London. And then looking at the Niagara River lines, you've got 4 for Omar Strong, 3 from Hill, 3 from Tate, and then 3 from Max Hooper. So those are guys, a lot of them key contributors who might be in foul trouble as the game continues.
You can see the chess match in the backdrop right now as Omar Strong gets the steal. Wood leads the fast break, gets it to Boucard, gets the lamp inside. And Boucard just his 3rd made shot from the field. Quick response from Williamson. Can't get the bucket to go as Strawn able to get the rebound. Capers trying to get the charge. Wood's going to try and get the triple. Misses off the bank. And Johnson, quick rebound, already up to the front court. Minute 23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kirk Williams Jr. pulls up, misses the jump shot, rebounded by Hill. And Hill with another rebound in this one. Quick shot, meanwhile, quick 3 from the outside from Wood. And the pace is picking up very quickly as this is down to an 8-point lead, chipping away, chipping away. London will try and milk down the clock. Less than a minute to go. 10 on the shot clock. 52 seconds to go. Johnson gets to Anderson. 3 on the shot clock. Anderson gets it up. Can he get it to go? No, he cannot, as that bounces off the rim. And we'll have an inbound on the side for the River Lions. And the River Lions offense has definitely been clicking much more. A +6 advantage still in this quarter right now. Make that +7 advantage. And this was something that I brought up. Chip away, chip away. They're chipping away like a wood chipper right now at this point. 35 seconds to go as they have a chance to close up the gap even more so. Strong calling for it. Boucard gets it down low to Madreau. Madreau in the post, draws the whistle and the foul.
Huge bucket there for the River Lions. Again, slowly but surely creeping back into this game. London might regret not really putting a close to this when they could have.
And Madreau's going to set up for the 3-point play. Chance to make this a 5-point game with 27 seconds to go in the 3rd. Madreau able to get the bucket. London already sending Johnson and Anderson to set up deep. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And Capers will try and stretch himself for possibly the last shot of the 3rd quarter. Johnson gets a pick from D'Alembert and Johnson. Johnson gets it, pulls up for the triple. Can he get it? No, he cannot. Misses. 3 seconds to go. Strawn has to get it back inside. 1 second to go. Stripped away from Capers. That goes out of bounds. And that should just about do it and will do it for the 3rd quarter. The London Lightning lead 92-87 after 3 quarters of play here on Knoxstrom TV. We're going to go to a quick commercial break here from Budweiser Gardens. Once again, the Lightning lead 92-87. And the crowd goes ecstatic as someone gets a chance to win a free car later on this season. As the London Lightning, they are seeing their lead continue to shrink down slowly but surely, 92-87 after 3 quarters of play. And if you're a fan of the London Lightning, why don't you tune in for our next broadcast as well? As on December 29th, the London Lightning are taking on the rival Windsor Express in the Battle of the 401. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only on London Lightning Basketball's YouTube page, as produced by Knoxstrom TV. And once again, Justin Prince alongside me, Chris Croucher, as we're about to get set to go. River Lions a +9 advantage in that 3rd quarter. They're chipping away slowly but surely at that lead as this one's tapped out of bounds. As right now they get set to go once again to continue action here in this 3rd quarter. Wood passing around to Picard. Down low, trying to get it to Smith. Smith working through for the in and out, misses. Tap back, sets up the fast break as Capers. Got it to Anderson as Johnson gets double teamed and Picard caught for the whistle. And that's going to be
Joe Rasso just cannot believe that one.
Yeah, trying to get the steal, I think, and that one blocked away, as this is going to be still Lightning ball. Capers will have the inbound as Dixon Green gets it. Dallenberg gets it, I should say. As on the floor, Anderson, Dixon Green, Dallenberg, Capers, Johnson for the London Lightning. As Capers gets it down low to Dallenberg. Dixon Green, good decision for the second chance pass, missed by Johnson. And quick shot meanwhile coming from Connor Wood as he misses the shot. On the floor for the River Lions, Omar Strong, Smith, Boucard, Madro, Wood, Johnson going to go for the 3, misses that one. Dallenberg trying to get the second chance, couldn't get the rebound as Wood leads the charge. It's going to be a 4-on-2. Boucard tries to get it to Smith, he can't handle the pass. Just could not squeeze the ball there, Chris. As Capers calls for the pick. Gets it down low to Johnson. He's blocked. Second chance, though, from Capers.
They needed that, too. The offense was getting a little bit disjointed. They needed some points just to get everything back settled down.
Both offenses seem a little bit disjointed. Omar Strawn, he's going to draw the foul on Dallenberg. And for Dallenberg, that's going to be his 4th foul, just the first team foul of the quarter for the London Lightning with 10:37 to go in regulation.
But again, with Dallenberg at 4, Williams Jr. and Akinkube each at 5, the bigs for London finding themselves in some foul trouble. Can't really afford any more whistles on any of those guys.
Yeah, and right now, bringing Ryan Anderson alongside with Dallenberg for that big core group. As Omar Strong to the line, misses the first free throw. Omar Strong in his return to the NBLC, shooting 83% from the free throw line. As he makes the second free throw, 94-88. As Johnson brings it back down. Guarded by Strong, gets it quickly to Anderson. Quick two-man game as it finds Capers. Back to Anderson. He's going to have to step out. Anderson trying to set up for the shot. Gets it for the corner three. Can he get it? No, he can't. Bounced off the right rim as Omar Strong will bring it back down. And a big-time possession for the River Lions as Waite almost draw the three-point foul. As Anderson, quick drawn pass to Dixon Green. Dixon Green passes right out of the layup inside as Anderson has to set it up. Calling for the pick from Dallenberg. Quick pass across to Johnson. 7 on the shot clock as Anderson getting open. Johnson, he's going to make it regardless.
Great shot, and with Akinkube not able to play right now because of his foul situation, Cal Johnson, a guy who's been able to step up, that gives him 20 points on the game.
And that's been a big-time game for him. That is second on the team in scoring. That's Boucard in the corner for 3 misses. Rebounded by Ryan Anderson. And Ryan Anderson grabbing rebound number 10 as this one goes out of bounds. And that's going to be a turnover. Looks like it was trying to get the Dallenberg down low, and it's going to lead to a quick substitution for the River Lions side. Wood is out. And back in is Sammy Madro.
Should point out Marcus Capers reached double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds.
And definitely a great thing to point out. Thank you very much, Chris. As that is, like you said, 11 points, 10 rebounds, and a productive night for the double-double. Madro, meanwhile, almost got the lucky roll, but a whistle after the shot, as I believe that might send him to the line to shoot 2. Brian Anderson trying to plead his case as that is going to be his 4th foul. 3rd foul, pardon me, team 2nd. As Boucard will come out of the game, Sammy Madro will go to the line to shoot 2. 2 for 5 from the stripe from him. Not the greatest night from the free throw line, to say the least, for a guy that shoots 87% on the season. As he misses another one once again, 2 for 6. And when the lead is back up to 8, you cannot afford to miss shots like this. Already a 4-1 advantage in this 4th quarter for the London Lightning. As Madro gets the 2nd one to roll in. Ryan Anderson, meanwhile, is going to bring it back up. London Lightning up with 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. That one tapped off, kickball violation. And it's going to be inbounded on the side. Lightning keep possession. And Anderson, meanwhile, will inbound it once again. As Anderson, quick shot, quick trigger, quick 3.
Huge shot there from Ryan Anderson. That'll give him a double-double as well. 10 points, 10 rebounds. But a really nicely set up play, but it's still a tough shot, able to drill it.
Yeah, that play was set up and probably within 2 seconds as Dallenberg gets the rejection. Going to lead the fast break charge. Capers gets it to Dixon Green as he gets it in for the layup inside. He gets the bounce to go.
Yeah, I think Coach Joe Rasso wants a timeout, and he's going to do just that there. The London Lightning, again, getting momentum back on their side, wind at their sails, and they're on a roll.
And right now, the London Lightning lead 101-89 here in this 4th quarter. A big-time swing once again, and a big-time swing going towards the fences at this point in terms of how their offense is going right out of the gate for the 4th quarter.
And this has been kind of rough for the River Lions. I mean, they've played a good game. They're making some runs here, but every time they've had a run, the London Lightning have been able to answer back, and rather quickly, too, with a run of their own. It makes it a little almost disheartening for a team when you see a team consistently, anytime you make a run, having that response back. It's like, okay, here we are again. Because, I mean, not even what, 5 minutes ago in this quarter, it was a 4-point difference. And now you're looking at right now 101-89, 12 points. That's a big swing.
And that's what happens when you have a 7-2 run as well to start off the 4th quarter in the first 3 minutes. Also to keep note, as mentioned, we have double-doubles for Marcus Capers. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Ryan Anderson, 10 points, 11 rebounds for his double-double. Someone else also getting in there, Garrett
I was going to say, Garrett Williamson, 1 more rebound, and he's at a double-double as well, 10 points, 10 rebounds. He's at 9 right now.
I was just getting to exactly that point. Thank you very much, Chris, for bringing that up with the 9 assists. So he's helping distribute the ball tonight, just 3 of 11 shooting for him, helping when he's not getting the offense going. He's helping set up his teammates, so to speak. as we're about to get back underway, Chris. As right now the London Lightning lead with 8:40 to go, 101-89 on the floor for the Lightning after the substitutions and the timeout. Capers, Anderson, Dallenberg, Johnson, and Dixon Green. Coming out for the Riverline side from Coach Razzo, it'll be Klee. Along bringing alongside with him the rest of his squad, including Wood, Madro, Waith, and also coming back onto the floor once again is Tate. Needing some offense to step up their leading scorers with 6 made field goals apiece. As the Riverlines will have the first possession out of the timeout. Klee setting up. Guarded by Dixon Green as Wood comes around for the pick. Gets the quick 2-man game to Klee as Klee's quickly double-teamed. Wood gets it to Waite. Down low to Madro. Madro, jump shot. He gets that one to go. And finally breaking a bit of a cold spell. 7 of 15 shooting now on the night for him. 17 points. As this one's quickly passed to Kyle Johnson for 3. Just couldn't get the roll. Tate's going to bring it back down as it's going to be a 4-on-4. Wood has to back off. Gets it back to Waite. And Waite will try and slow it down. Dribbles by Dallenberg. Almost stripped away. And that pass goes right into the 4th row.
That's had some heat on it, too. I hope that didn't catch anyone there.
As that's going to be a turnover. I kind of mentioned this in the pregame with Aaron in terms of transition offense more, that you can't afford to have passes like that happen. That case, one of the first few miscues in this game as they have had in terms of turnovers, just their 9th of the game, mind you. As Capers makes the jump shot, yes sir! Marcus Capers gets the lead back up to 12. And the London Lightning faithful getting very excited at this point as they have a lot of momentum here in this 4th quarter. 7:20 to go. Tate double teamed by Dallenberg, and Capers tapped away from Anderson as it lands to the statisticians. Riverlines keep possession.
Great catch by the scorekeeper there, too.
Great awareness to there.
Had the hands, too. There was no bobble whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. And as we were discussing things a little bit before tip-off as well. A ball during the shoot-around almost actually bounced into both of us in that same section as well. Good awareness once again in that area for those kind of plays. Boucard gets the layup. Gets the lead back to 10. London Lightning quick offensive possession as Capers will slow it down. Back to Dixon Green. He's going to pull up for 3. And the 3 does not ring a bell this time as Waite quickly passes it to Wood. Wide open by a country mile. Tate, he's got the triple.
You can even tell by the reaction of Ryan Anderson, he realized he missed it there.
And that's the 10th triple of the game for the River Lions. 10 of 27 shooting from deep. As Anderson sizing up Klee. Gets the pick from Dallenberg. Passed around quickly to Johnson. Johnson passes Dixon Green. Trying to stretch out this D. Anderson cannot get the finish. As Waite cannot keep the rebound this time. He picks up his own bobble on the rebound. We'll have to watch for the backcourt violation as Boucard almost lost the possession.
I don't think his teammates realized he lost his dribble. They thought he was going to carry it up.
That was almost a blown possession, but Tate saves it for 5 consecutive points. Timeout called. As the Lightning call the timeout.
Going back the other way, that mess with Waite there, I don't think his teammates realize that Waite has lost his dribble. So they're all moving up on offense thinking he's just going to carry it up and start the offense. He got stuck there having to just chuck the ball and hope someone on his team was able to get it.
Yeah, I have the exact same thoughts too, because that was almost a blown up play and that could have really been a disaster for the Riverlines. Now, because of the ability to save that play, they now are down by just 5 once again. Update from out of town, the Island Storm come out with a victory over the St. John Riptide, 107-101. Once again in Atlantic Division action. For those tuning in, Cape Breton also beat Halifax, coming back from down 23 points in the half to win by 3 in that one. For the Island Storm, they move to 6-4. Your dark horse, as Aaron Sanders put it, for your Atlantic Division. And meanwhile, the River Lions, they've been off to a great start for the season. London Lightning looking to start turning around starting tonight. As how do you think they're going to be able to hold things out here, Chris?
Well, River Lions on a nice little run there, get themselves back tight in this game. In terms of how they're going to do it, I do think the River Lions ought to be going inside, not just because they have a bit of a size advantage there, but also you've got a Kincube, Williams Jr., both at 5 fouls. So, I mean, if it was me, I'd be trying to go inside, see if I can get those guys to pick up their 6th, take them out of the equation entirely.
And that's going to be definitely the thought process. I agree with you. Omar Strong, by the way, is also at 5 fouls as well for the River Lions, so
a little bit less trouble just because he is on the outside, but definitely not a guy you want to be in that foul situation. That being said, 1 of 7 shooting. It hasn't been his strongest night, so it's a good time to kind of have him have those foul problems, because if he's not going to be shooting well, you've got a game where everyone else is doing pretty well.
Halfway through the 4th quarter, as we're back underway, Ryan Anderson draws the whistle. As I believe it's going to be Boucard called for the reaching foul, as that's going to be just his 2nd foul, team's 3rd. And Anderson will quickly inbound. Lightning get it to Friesenlati. Friesenlati will slow it down. 10 on the shot clock. Quickly to Anderson, guarded by Klee. Moving to the right, gets the jump shot over Klee, gets it to drain. And Ryan Anderson up to 15 points tonight. River Lions trying to keep up the pressure as they quickly get it to Waith for 3. Yes, he's got it! Marvell Waith gets it to a 4-point game.
Huge answer back by the Niagara River Lions, too. They have to get shots like that. They're oh so close. They got to be able to close that gap.
His 5th triple of the game, as it is a big one, too. 5 minutes to go. Johnson gets the pick from Dallenberg. And again, Boucard with his 2nd straight reach-in. And now he's going to be in foul trouble for the River Lions. And that's going to be his 3rd foul, team's 4th. So the Lightning still have the possession on the floor for the Lightning. Friesenlati, Anderson, Dallenberg, Johnson, and Garrett Williamson. And another reach-in. That's the 5th team foul for the River Lions in the 4th. This time it's on Marvell Waith.
And those are just kind of silly, because just like that, you're edging right up to the limit right there. Are you trying to give London free points? That's the problem.
Anderson quickly gets the inbound. Meanwhile, in London, again, will get a chance to reset. Anderson cannot get the 3, but Williamson's there for the board. And Williamson will back up, try and set up the pick and roll with Dallenberg. Williamson, quick pass to Anderson. Anderson for the triple, misses. Dallenberg can't get the tap out as Wood gets it. And this time it's going to be a reach-in on Anderson. Ryan Anderson, his 4th foul, the team's 3rd of the quarter. As Garrett Williamson still looking for that 10th assist to get up to the double-double. Wood gets it to Waith. Waith in the high post, guarded by Anderson, gets a quick bullet pass to Boucard. Boucard down the baseline, quick pass to Wood, quick flick to Tate, quick flick to Waith, quick flick to Boucard, and a quick layup.
Beautiful ball movement as they got London running and able to get themselves an easy 2 points inside.
And the lead is down to 2. Talk about a beauty of a play. Ryan Anderson trying to keep the possession. Hands off to Friesenlati as Dallenberg helps the separation. Switch to Waith, and Waith, 16 foul, just like that on the reach-in this time. Marvell Waith now up to 4 fouls. They're 1 away from the bonus now, the Lightning are now because of that foul. As coming back into the game, Marcus Capers. Coming out of the game, Yohini Dallenberg. Lightning have the possession, fresh 14, 4 minutes to go in regulation. Quick pass to Friesenlati. Can he get the 3? Can he get the bounce? Yes, he can!
The friendliest bank you could ever ask for right there. That gift from Santa goes for Joel Friesen.
Gift from Santa, as the Elves are probably going to give him some extra presents as well, as Klee gets the quick pass. 5-point game, 3:45 to go as Waith slowing down the clock. Boucard sets up the pick. Pulls out for the 3 in front of Anderson. Can't get the bounce. And Anderson got the board and had to backpedal to keep it in bounds. My goodness, what an effort as Garrett Williamson quick bullet to Anderson. Anderson trying to set up the pick and roll. Great call from Williamson for the pick and roll.
Love that. Williamson faking like he was going to set the screen. Instead, he just makes a cut to the basket, leaves his defender in the dust, and just like that, London again able to add to their lead.
Timeout called on the floor, a 7-point lead. And right now, they got the chance to cap things off. How do you hold on?
Oh, I love what London's been doing offensively. You just got to keep doing that. In terms of getting the stops, London's doing a great job defensively. They have to watch out when they get a little scrambly that they're making sure each man is covered, because I'm finding obviously Niagara's doing a good job opening them up by making that extra pass, but at the same time London's getting a little bit too scrambly. You're running around a bit too much and you lose a guy that way. So you just got to make sure that even when you are doing those closeouts, you're doing it controlled, you're doing it intelligently to make sure you aren't giving up a free bucket.
And we're going to have to see what the adjustments are, because now with the crowd going wild here at Budweiser Gardens, it's going to be a wild final few minutes. Lightning up by 7. River Lions still trying to claw back. But for the Lightning, they have a +5 scoring advantage in the quarter. Looking to keep up the pressure. 3:18 to go. 110 to 103. As we'll see how both sides counter here, coming out of the timeout with 3:18. River Lions 1 away from getting the Lightning into the bonus. Kyle Johnson comes onto the floor for Garrett Williamson. Joel Friesenlatte, Ryan Anderson also comes on. And who will be that 5th man as they bring 4 out? It's going to be Marcus Capers, that defensive spark plug and utility guy.
All returnees for the Lightning too.
Returnees from that championship run from 2016-17 on the floor from the River Lions. It's going to be Marvell Waith along with Tate, Omar Strawn, Samuel Madro along with Boucard, going for offense and defense as Tate gets the pick and roll with Madro. He's blocked. Second chance from Boucard as he gets the reach in. That's going to be, I think, on Friesenlatte. It is on Friesenlatte.
It's a good thing for the Lightning. He's only sitting at 2 fouls after that one, compared to some of the other guys on the team who are struggling with their foul situations a bit.
And right now, quick inbound trying to set up River Lions. They got to watch for the 5 seconds. Quickly get it to Madro.
Don't lose Jalen Tate. Good awareness by Ryan Anderson. Tate kind of got lost in the play when he fell.
And he still gets by Anderson, but Anderson gets the rebound. Ryan Anderson, rebound number 13, as quick pass inside. Williamson, that is still looking for assist number 10 for Williamson. Capers almost got the double-double for Garrett Williamson. Omar Strong pulls up for the 3. That does not get the roll. And Williamson keeps it back in. Ryan Anderson, I should say, as that one was almost stripped by Boucard. Still a 7-point game. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go. That's Capers. Quick pass Johnson. Going for the 3-2 zone. Back to the 2-3 as Williamson just pulls up himself. Gets the jump shot to go. Garrett Williamson makes it a 9-point game with 2:17 to go.
They need a bucket on this possession here.
A big possession as Tate gets it to Madro. Mismatch with Williamson. Omar Strawn trying to get separation on the outside. Madro in the post, does not get the roll, tapped. And it's going to go off of Tate. Lightning keep the possession, get the possession, I should say. Squeeze back into the game with 2 minutes to go. That was a big possession, almost went in. And that's going to bring Madro to the bench. 2 minutes to go. Big time possession, chance to put in the daggers. As Capers dribbles it down. Switch as Waite goes for the defense. Take Dart and Friesenlatte inside. Johnson trying to get separation. Friesenlatte's open for 3. Yes, he's got it.
That might be the dagger right there. Huge shot from Joel Friesen.
Joel Friesen able to get the separation as Tate drives inside, gets the quick response, makes it a 10-point game.
An important one, too. You got to quiet this crowd down when they get excited like that.
And the Lightning possibly trying to pull up the second daggers as Capers slowing it down. Friesenlatte sets the pick. Johnson pulls up for the fadeaway shot, does not get the roll. Boucard gets the rebound as it's quickly gone into Jalen Tate. Tate gets the whistle as he's going to go to the line. It's going to be drawn on Friesenlatte. And Friesenlatte looking for a prayer and a Christmas miracle, but it's still going to go to the line to shoot 2 for Tate. Tate just 1 for 1 for the line, 13 points. Big time moment here, minute 16 to go, down by 10. And he makes the first of 2 for Friesenlandi. That is his 3rd foul. Great performance from him, though. 15 points, 6 of 10 shooting. That includes his 3rd triple just a few moments ago as Tate goes 2 for 2 at the line, makes an 8-point game. And the London Lightning will try and slow it down. Trying to dribble it out with a minute 8 to go. Williamson, right before the half-court line, gets it. Ryan Anderson, guarded by Tate. Trying to get it inside. Capers keeps the dribble. 3 on the shot clock, and that's going to be
I think they're going to say 3 on the key. 3 in the key there on Capers.
I was just getting to that point. Keith Vassell not happy with that one, but that is still a violation regardless. Quick whistle. Sammy Madrol comes in. Klee comes back out. Clyde. And here comes the pressure from the Lightning with 53.8 seconds to go. Tate will bring it up. Anderson guarding Tate. Pass inside to Madrol. Madrol trying to get the layup. Cannot get it on the hook. And he's just going to go for the reach in, and that's going to put the Lightning in the bonus. With 39.8 seconds to go, that could be the final dagger. Wood's going to come back into the game, meanwhile, for the River Lions, as Anderson has a chance to ice the game. 1 missed free throw, though, and the River Lions, if they can get a quick 3, might be able to keep in for their chances. Brian Anderson, 2 for 2 for the line tonight. 15 points, 15 rebounds, Chris. As Anderson makes the first of 2. Crowd at the edge of their seats as this could be the final icing on the cake to make it a double-digit lead, and he gives everyone that frosting. River Lions try and get a quick possession. Strawn gets it to Waith. Waith pulls up for 3. Misses. Rebounded by Madrol. No, it's picked up by Friesenlandi. Tapped. Ryan Anderson, and Williamson gets intentionally fouled by Omar Strawn. That's his 6th.
Had to do that one, but I think that just might be all she wrote, especially if Williamson's able to make these shots here.
And with this being a 10-point game, unless you have an absolute miracle, this could be done. Coming back in, Max Hooper for the River Lions.
That's going to be the 6th on Omar Strong there on the intentional one. He didn't really have a choice because of where he was on the court, but not the guy you want to see going off.
Exactly, especially with a guy with a history of having some great offense.
Well, this is a time where you want someone who's going to be able to make those quick 3s, and even though he struggled tonight, Omar Strong is absolutely that kind of a guy.
And you know something as well, a few of our players have been able to get to that double-double range as Tate's going to drive inside and get the last points for the River Lions. It's been an absolutely impressive game for a lot of different players. Double-doubles including for Ricard, 11 points, 13 rebounds. Garrett Williamson close to his own double-double. Marcus Capers with the double-double, 16 rebounds for Anderson with his double-double. And this will be a big-time win for the London Lightning, as the London Lightning move themselves to 4-5, winning 118 to 109 at Budweiser Gardens.
There's a big game there for the London Lightning. 118-109, as you saw there. Some great shooting numbers for the London Lightning. Leading the game for the London Lightning, Brian Akinkube, 21 points. Kyle Johnson right behind him with 20. Ryan Anderson, a whopping 17 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists. A little bit of doing everything for the Bolts there. Going over to, of course, the Niagara River Lions leading scorer Marvell Waith with 22 points, including 50% shooting from three-point range. You also have Jalen Tate, 17 points, the bulk of those coming in the second half, and Sam Muldrow, 17 points as well. Jaywan Hill, too, limited minutes, 15 points, 5 of 7 shooting. A guy who came into the game, had an impact. 3 double-doubles in the game. The aforementioned Ryan Anderson, 17 and 16. You also have Marcus Capers, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and Guillaume Boucard for the Niagara River Lions, 11 points, 13 rebounds for the River Lions, giving them just a little bit more punch in the lineup. Again, a game in which we saw the London Lightning really come out of the gate strong, 34 first quarter points, and it was just a trend that continued. getting over 25 points in all 4 quarters. A great offensive output for the Lightning, including outscoring the River Lions 29-22 in that 4th quarter to close out the game. We'll be going to your Knockstrom post-game show, in just a bit. We have Justin Prince and Aaron Sanders getting ready for that in just one moment. My name has been Chris Croucher, and we're going to go downstairs as soon as those guys are ready to go.
Nine-point victory for the London Lightning and what has been a very tough second half. We welcome you down courtside for the Knockstrom postgame. JP, there's a never-say-die attitude for the Niagara River Lions, and I say that for every team that comes up against this Budweiser Gardens crowd, but you know what? There is a reason why the Niagara River Lions are in the position they are right now. They never give up. They have confident shooting, and they move the ball real well, but it was a little too much firepower for the London Lightning for them to overcome.
Yeah, it was a little bit too much firepower because you've seen the River Lions as the game went on in the second half. I've said this phrase so many times in the second half, chipping away like a wood chipper with an axe saw, so to speak. This was a almost 20-point lead. They got to as much as 2 points, but as you mentioned, the shooting was just too much to overcome, especially with the players that stepped up with the others in foul trouble tonight from the London Lightning. And you have also a bunch of players in double-double range, I should say, or with double-doubles in the end in this one as well because of them stepping up and filling in the missing holes from all the players in foul trouble. It just was too much firepower in depth to overcome, I think.
So who you have to choose would be the top 2 players for the London Lightning tonight, considering that situation?
Well, Ryan Anderson for sure is one because he got himself a nice total of about 15 points, 16 rebounds for the double-double. And Marcus Capers also having a good defensive game with 11 points, 10 rebounds for his double-double. Williamson is a close third because he also was slow offensively, but he consistently got the assists. He got 9 assists and was 3 times close to getting that 10th assist as well. Capers' layup, most recent layup, was the last chance to get that. So London had a lot of different players step up tonight that they need to have step up. Akinkabe, I think, though, was the biggest headliner. But with the foul trouble, he got, of course, became more of a backburner in especially the 4th quarter. And London filled his shoes by having everyone else stand up offensively.
Well, that's true because Akinkabe was the ace in the hole in the first half, but you know what? It's the core and the nucleus of the London Lightning from yesteryear striking it rich once again. Ryan Anderson, it seems like he shook off his hip injury from a few games ago, so he really rose up to the occasion, and why not? Because once again, we keep on alluding to the fact that the last time the Lightning lost on this home floor in the regular season was against the Niagara River Lions, but let's keep in mind it was a different nucleus. But you know what? I think we should expect more close games from the River Lions on this Budweiser Gardens court as 2018 rolls on here.
I think we definitely should because the River Lions are a great squad. They have a good offensive core. It's just tonight, a lot of times, they just could not get the shots they should have made to go. Like, Semi Madro had a very slow night. A lot of shots inside missing, for example, tonight. He didn't really help with that performance. You had guys like Marvell Waith and Jolan Hill stepping up, but you kind of need to be a collective effort. For London, it was the collective effort that got them those points. Tonight, for Niagara, it was not a complete collective effort, if that makes sense, on the offensive side, which in turn, with the hole they dug at the end of the first half, it was just too much, especially even though they were much better in the second half in terms of their offense production.
The London Lightning, they don't have to play again until Boxing Day, and that's against the KW Titans down in Kitchener. So what should we expect from that game?
What we should expect from that game is probably a big firestorm of a game. I think if the Lightning can keep something, this kind of a system where they kept up this high-tempo offense tonight, or a bit of a run gun along with that slower-paced offense that Coach Keith Vassell is known for, if you can get this to work again and again and again, especially showing that on Boxing Day, I think you're going to have yourself a statement as a team on the offensive side, because that was, I think, one of the main vices for this year's Lightning squad. If they can keep that going and for the next game, it'll be fun to watch them against them. It's just going to be the matter of also making sure that the gap does not solely come in if they want to keep this gigantic lead like they had at the end of the first half.
This being the last game before Christmas and holiday break going on, any parting words before we sign off for the holidays?
It's been an absolutely great start to the season. I know there's been issues here and there. I know there's been some that have said here and there, but I'd like to say to a lot of people, thank you very much for tuning into these broadcasts, of course, and I'm thankful for this Christmas holidays coming in for both of us, really, coming in with a lot of good things to go and grow on once we come out of that Christmas break. And I can't wait for the next game after the Christmas break.
And you know, the next game will be next week right here, 4-1 rivalry, Windsor Express, London Lightning. Windsor, you know, they got a lot of work cut out for them, but you know what, once again, it has been proven that you could beat the London Lightning right here. And you know, if Shaq, Keith, and everybody else could get a shot going, they might have a chance at that.
Yeah, they showed they had some decent pieces, but against the River Lions last night, they just fell apart in that third quarter. I think if they keep it together against London, for sure, when they come in on the 29th, they're in a good spot because they have, for example, Trey Anderson they brought in. He's somebody that, as I brought up a few times as color commentator with you in that game last night, somebody that could be a guy that could be good for the defense, the rebounding energy they need for that team, for example, as well as their interior transition offense and quick trigger on the outside. So he is somebody to bring in. Windsor, you don't know as well. They might be bringing in somebody else as well in the next couple of days. They might be trying to find their final piece or two, their next Juan Patillo, so to speak, not in terms of play style, but the spark plug. So Windsor, they're a little bit different, of course, than the last time London's played them. And as we've seen in the preseason, they're able to make those kind of comebacks. It's going to be a question of it's going to be interesting to see if Windsor can keep up with London's depth for sure, because the coaching staff has explained this to me before. They feel London's depth is the best in the league. Can they keep up with that depth and match that depth by December 29th? We're going to have to see what they find under the Christmas tree.
Yep, and under the Christmas tree, a lot of hopes and dreams for two clubs, but one of them will have their dream come true, and that will cover it for us. Merry Christmas, my friend. Peace and prosperity to you, and all the best. We'll catch you here next Friday.
Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope you have a nice holiday as well, and happy holidays to everybody else for sure at home, because it should be a nice holiday season when just a couple days from Christmas, my friend.
And yes, we're going to have a break too, and I would like to relay all the season's greetings and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. For goodness sakes, be safe and watch after yourself. It's a season of peace and prosperity, so pass that on to anybody that you know or you see around the area, okay? So Merry Christmas and happy holidays to each and every one of you on behalf of Knockstrom.tv and the wonderful crew here. So we're out of here. Final score, once again, Lightning 118, the Niagara River Lions 109. The next home game we'll be broadcasting for you will be next Friday right here. Windsor Express will come here and try to dethrone the London Lightning. So we thank each and every one of you once again for tuning in, and once again, please be safe on behalf of all of us. This has been a presentation of Knockstrom Digital Media, producing the media excellence in Southern Ontario. Until next week, for JP, Justin Prince, this be Aaron Sanders from Budweiser Gardens, wishing you a happy holidays and Merry Christmas, and so long from the Forest City.